You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, good morning, beautiful.
Good morning. How you doing? How have you been?
Girl, I've been missing a lot. I was supposed to go on a trip, girl. I was supposed to go to New York for my mother and father-in-law's 40th anniversary. And girl, halfway to Birmingham, thank God I wasn't that far from home. My car started messing up. I was like, oh, Jesus, just get me home.
Oh no. Oh my God. I hate when that happens. I had that happen before and had to thank God we was in a caravan. We was going to a funeral in Chicago. And thank God we was in a caravan because it was like 4 cars. We all rolling together. So my little crew was able to hop in somebody else's car, but I had to leave my car in a town that had like 50 people. I had to leave it at a gas station. I was scared to come back. You're gonna be gone. But yeah, came back a week later. The mechanic told me what it was. He fixed it. A week later, I drove it back home. But yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, we were brought out. I'm gonna tell you what had happened was, so we took the car to go get service before we left, right? Just to make sure everything's straight and everything's good on the car. They checked the air filter and they left like the seals not all the way sealed, and so it was messing with the throttle body, which means that the car will not accelerate properly. Yeah, because it's getting too much outside air. It's not keeping the pressure and stuff like that it should. It's pulling in stuff from outdoors when it's not supposed to. So I was praying all the way, and we had our dog with us too. Girl, I was freaking out, child.
It's too hot for that, child. It's too hot for that, especially right now. Be stranded, anywhere in this heat that's going on across the country. But yeah, it's too hot for that though. And what's up, everybody in the chat? Come on in, y'all. Make sure y'all liking and sharing the video. Y'all need to catch me up on the tea.
Child. I'm gonna tell you all about it. I was in every one of the lives. I just realized this last night when I was.
Well, I'm so glad because I've been gone. I haven't been live since Monday, I think. Was the last time I went, or Tuesday? I can't remember because I know Thursday. The holiday was.
I was supposed to leave Tuesday. See, that's why I missed your lives when. Yeah, it had to have been because I was supposed to leave Tuesday, and then some stuff happened, right? And I ended up having 2 more days, and we decided to leave on the 4th because we were trying to debate which day would be better going into New York, right? Mm-hmm. And so we decided, well, if we can't leave Tuesday, we're going to do it for the 4th because all the people be coming out of New York, not going to New York.
So I haven't been live since Tuesday because I remember my last live. I was talking about Brian. Is he okay? How's Brian?
Last I heard, he had his surgery and everything. I heard he's okay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard nothing bad. So no news and no bad news is sometimes good news. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, because I did throw up some prayers and for him, and I did do a video about it before. I was kind of like out of the loop of what's going on because of the holiday and cake orders and things like that. So I came back this morning and I'm in Ronnie Q's live and I'm just lost in the sauce. And I'm like, what happened? Just Krista, what? I mean,
I kind of blame myself a little bit for this. And I don't know if it was me she was talking about, but I think maybe. Let me explain to you why. So I was over there.
Hold on 1 second. I just want to shout out everybody before we get too far into it. What's up, Robin and Clyde? How you doing, love? And hey, what's up, Fee Brown? How y'all doing, Rasta baby? Good morning, you guys. Make sure you like and share the video. Feel free to subscribe if you are new here, and of course, if you want to donate to the commentary, this the Hood Table 402 down at the bottom of the screen. But anyway, so what? Okay, what had happened, Charlie?
See, what had happened was when she started the rumor, when Just Krista, she got mad at somebody for being in Benzone's chat. Well, a lot of the people that were in Benzone's chat had been in Benzone's chat before I popped up in there. And I was just saying hey to everybody, saying hey to Benz, you know what I'm saying? Because I like Benzone and whatnot. When we see each other in chat, we say hey. So I was like, she's live, nobody else is. So I'm going to go support. You know me. And so I was in the chat, I was saying hey to everybody. And I don't know if it was me or somebody else. I don't remember all who was in that chat. But she was mad at somebody being in that chat and supposedly being TC's friend. Now, me and TC are very cordial, but I don't consider myself like we best friends or nothing like that. We've known each other for years kind of situation. It's like we respect each other, you know? And everything, because we don't talk on the phone, no shit like that. We don't talk behind the scenes, none of that, you know? And so I just consider her a YouTube person that I know that I respect. And she was getting madder and madder about somebody being in chat that was TC's friend. And she kept insinuating, but everybody in the chat, that she knew this big secret about somebody. Everybody in chat kept thinking it was about Landlord because that was the previous situation with her.
Oh, okay.
And then people figured out that it was TC she was talking about. I knew from the jump she was talking about TC because the way she was saying it, she was speaking as for a woman, not a man. Like I figured it out within the first 5 seconds. I don't know, Rasta. I don't know, child. I was just in the chat being minding my business, being nice to everybody, child. But I was also, she does not like mixology, correct? I was in mixology's chat when they were doing that live on Just Krista. And I did hit that panel. So maybe that's why she's mad at me because I don't really know Just Kristen. I don't really care. And I don't really like the girl. I'm going to tell the truth. But this all started from that, and she started going on this live, that live, this live, saying that TC was intersex, and saying that she saw this stuff leaking out, like all of a sudden.
Well, hold on. She was what?
She said that she was intersex, that she had both things.
But I thought that was a whole different word. Now they call it intersex.
I guess, the other word they saying, if you say the H word, they say some people saying that's like a hate word. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Child, I didn't either. I thought
that's why I was so confused. I'm like, they kept saying that word and running cues. I'm like, what is that? I'm Googling and looking this shit up. I'm like, it can't be what I think it is because intersex is not describing that on Google.
No, see, a lot of people when they think intersex, it's a person who's born, they're not necessarily born with both parts. They're born and their stuff don't develop.
Oh.
Yeah,
so she's saying the H
she's saying
word,
the H word, yeah. So now that's
both
the word
parts, both organs, both. Okay, I'm following. Go ahead, babe.
And supposedly she had, like, all of a sudden they were on FaceTime and she just randomly put it down there. Like she answered the phone and her phone was at her private area. And like she had towels down and stuff was looking out. She's yeah, child. I'm gonna say this. I do not think TC is gonna answer the phone and start off that way. Now I think it could lead into that with two people who are in a relationship, especially the way Just Krista carries herself and talks about what all the time. I could say it might lead into that, but I don't think she's gonna answer the phone doing that. If you get what I mean. But I don't know. That's their personal life.
Right. But, I mean, and if you do got stuff going on down there, why would you not have no clothes on? Okay, go ahead.
Playing in your stuff. Well, then she kept going around saying that TC had said some stuff about her, and nobody could find anything that TC ain't said a word about this girl since that last live. When she jumped up there with Miss Tiva on pizzas and said, "Leave me alone." That's the last. That was the last thing that TC has said about or to Just Krista was leave me alone, leave me out of this stuff. And there was another person, because there's another TC that's not TEE, CEE, HBCU.
Right.
There's another one, and it's just T and a C.
Right.
That's not TC. That's a whole nother person. That person was laughing in the chat at Mixologies. I was at Mixologies. Girl, I was up on the panel. She can't, and that's the live that she's talking about. We figured out that's the live she's talking about. And they were not using, she said there was 10 women on the panel. They were all using Just Krista's picture. First off, I was on that panel and I was using my own
they said
picture.
they changed the their avatar to Just Krista. Was it the one with the wig?
They were using Mixology was using, like, Tammy Slayton and her sister and a mop head and the lady from Friday After Next. She was using, like, not even Just Krista's picture, but other pictures of messed up things to kind of roast her with it.
Okay.
And all of them were doing it. They were making fun of, they were using different ones. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't pictures of Just Krista. It was pictures of, like, a mop head with glasses, and it was funny. Girl, you missed it. It was funny. When I see Mix go live, regardless of what she's talking about, I try to go over there because I've known Mixology for years now. She's been in this sector. You know me, I support everybody. If I see somebody that I've known for years and I'm subscribed to you, and I see you go live and nobody else, that I'm not trying to do 5 different people, which I have done been in 5 different lives at once, and it's kind of hard to keep up. But I try to support everybody. I'm like you, Hood Table. I try to support everybody. And I love me some Mixology. So I was over there, girl, and I didn't like what she did with TC. I didn't like what she did with Miss Tiva, and I didn't like what she was doing with Maha. I call her Maha, but her name is Maya. It's just my little personal nickname for her. I love her to death. And I was up there playing around with them, and I started saying, "Don't mess with my man. I will be the one to give it to you."
Hey.
I was up there saying, you know me, because I was like, Maya is a very sweet lady. She's in the Black sector. I've in many chats spoken to her. She's such a sweet person. You know what I'm saying? She don't really bother nobody too much. She's a little messy, just like we all are. But I was over there when they were doing that, and TC never jumped up on that panel. TC never said a dang thing. She's going after TC because she is mad at other people, and that is wrong. TC ain't even come out and said nothing. She hasn't defended herself, and I don't think she should have to defend herself against this. This is wrong, in my opinion. Talking under that lady's clothes, and everybody's saying, just like I'm saying, how can we believe her? First off, she makes up a lot of lies. And why would you say that now and not when y'all were really mad at each other?
Right. And what's Mixology's channel name?
Mixology, and she's got some numbers behind it. Hold on, girl. I'll get it for you.
Is it Mixology 90? No, that ain't it.
Hold on, girl. I'll get it for you. Because I love me some Mixology.
Hold on, let me see.
We were on Very Carey's. It's 99, I believe. Mixology 99.
Oh, it's Mixology 99.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so her last video was What's Beef?
Yeah, the video in question.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was subscribed to the right channel because I don't ever get notifications from her shows. But I am subscribed and I have the bell hit.
Mm-hmm. So I got my bell hit. And it's because Mixology called her out, and anybody that was in that live, which includes me and anybody that was in that chat, she now thinks they are TC's friends and she's going to go after them. Like she went after, we can name a list of people she went after for no apparent reason. That's why I don't like this girl. I don't know her to have a personal beef with her. I don't remember when she was BBW, like people say. I don't remember this girl.
I don't remember her when she was, but I think I kind of remember her name, the BBW.
Yeah.
I think I kind of remember, but when she came as Just Krista, it was like I was just meeting her for the first time because I don't remember her. And what's up, Jill? How you doing, love? Thanks for putting the name in there, Clyde. And what's up, LaShonda? How y'all doing this morning? Please make sure you like the video. Thank you.
Most people know her because of TC, if you really think about it. Like, a lot of people didn't support her, know her like that. There was only a few. Now, Lovely Love got up there last night on Just Carey's, Very Carey, and she was cussing out Mixology, and they had a little bit of a back and forth. And I think she got mad at Very Carey because Very Carey was just like, I'm staying out of it. Y'all do y'all. You know what I'm saying? But, like, Very Carey had asked Mixology to come up so she could get the full story of how this all started. Because Very Carey didn't know how it all started and, like, where where does this come from? Like it came out of nowhere for everybody, right? But this has been going on now for 6 months or more of her going after people and stuff like that. And every time she gets into it with these people, and it's a group, it's a bunch of people that and don't like her, right? Or don't care for her.
Well,
She
I
goes on
remember the first
TMZ.
time I ever seen her come after somebody was Newbie.
Newbie,
That was when I
Creole
first like,
Butterfly.
knew who she was. Yeah.
The reason that Mix really got mad at Just Krista was because when she went after Creole Butterfly. Creole Butterfly didn't do nothing to deserve that. And everybody knows Creole Butterfly is a sweetheart.
The
You
sweetest person on here.
You don't see her and Chaz like going in on nobody. She's always saying, "Hey, there." I love me some Creole Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? That's what really jumped it off for. She already didn't like some of the things she was doing, but she was supporting TC. You know what I'm saying? That's your girl. I'm not gonna get in it. You know what I'm saying? But when she started going after innocent people, that's when a lot of people, like Miss Jill, not Miss Jill, but Miss was it you, Miss Jill? I think it was. She started going after Creole was the first.
Oh, that was the first time I heard Jill going off. I was like, I know
It
that
was
ain't
Miss
the
Jill,
show.
Newbie. So many people that didn't do anything wrong. That's why so many people don't like her. She went after innocent people, or people who don't bother nobody.
No, but when she went after Jill's and I heard Jill going off, I said, well, Lord, somebody in hell needs some ice water. It's about to freeze over or something, because I ain't never heard Jill talk like that. But I was here for it, baby.
Miss Jill was in that chat, and she got up on a panel with the Mixologies channel that day that live went on. That live is the one that she's basing all of this off of, and she's telling, like, she was being cryptic, not wanting to say it, say what she was really feeling or what was really happening. She's trying to insinuate that TC started with her first. No, TC did not. She's mad at TC's friends. That's what she kept saying too, if people listened. And she's taking it out on TC for no apparent reason. Pretty much.
And I heard that she's taking it out on TC because of several people that she thought that, was saying something about her or talking about her and them changing their avatars and all that. Like, how is that?
How is that TC's fault?
Yeah.
And how could TC tell somebody else how to feel? It's not TC's job to go around after y'all broke up, y'all ain't together no more, and tell people you lay off of her. Like, that's not TC's job. If somebody don't like you, they have a right. And if you're bringing stuff to the YouTube streets, and now she's trying to state that everybody needs to just stop talking about it. I'm like, but you was panel hopping on 6 different panels and did the whole show on it, and you expect us not to speak on it? Because it's not going the way she wanted it to.
Now, that's how it goes. People put something out here, they act a certain way, then they don't want nobody talking about it. Oh, wow. But she has done a lot of things on here that makes people like when I first realized who she was when she was going after Newbie. It was like out of the blue. Like, some people knew her as BBW, some people were familiar with her. I wasn't familiar with her. So this was like literally my first time, paying attention to her or realizing who she is. And I was like, oh, she's doing a whole lot over here. Is she new? Like, I thought she was totally new over here. I'm like, why is she going at all these people? And it seemed like no reason. And it was very confusing. Then people's like, we don't like her. Some people don't like her. They won't give her a click of view because they thought she was clout chasing, trying to grow her channel. And she did eventually get like to her 1K or whatever and get monetized fairly quick. So I just assumed that's what it was. You know how some people, they gotta, start with shit to get their numbers. And I just thought that's what it was. But then it was like one person after the next. And then different things she come on here doing. Like when I heard that she be up in the camera so close because she said she naked from the top down and don't have a bra on and stuff. I was like, why the hell is you in the what? You ain't got no bra, no shirt, no top, no robe. No, I was in confusion. And then other things like, eating sexy, licking things, swallowing, just different kind of things.
Girl,
I'm
she
just
was just
thinking
doing
this is like you want to be the talk of the town. That's how I took it, and a lot of people like you want all eyes on me in my Tupac voice. I mean, was I wrong? Maybe I'm reading just
Oh
Crystal
no, you're
all
right.
wrong.
Because she was just doing that the other day on Lemons not long ago, doing a popsicle like that, giving a popsicle fellatio. Yeah, but here's the thing that she doesn't understand. Yes, you may get the numbers, you know what I'm saying, from drama, but it's not gonna last. You're not growing organically. Them people ain't gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? And you're turning people against you, going after these kind people that we all love in chats. People are gonna start not liking you because these people don't beef. These people don't bother nobody. These people are kind people and just be in chats chilling. They're great supporters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't even jump up on panels. You know what I'm saying? They just be good people.
And good morning, Linda B. How you doing, Prima Wanda and Jamie? How y'all doing? Nisi, Skillet, how y'all doing? Make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video. Thank you so much. Let me read some of these comments. Okay, let me go back.
Yeah,
All right, so Charlie Skillet gave you a compliment. She said she loves your accent.
Thank you, Miss Rose.
And good morning, Nisi said, I'm here most of the time in the clouds listening. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, even if it's in the clouds. Thanks for your support. And what's up, Prima Wanda? Jill said, yep, and I never put her picture up, but she had my picture on her wall. I remember that. She had your picture on her wall for some days. I don't even know if it's still up there or not. Jamie said she's messy. Linda said, wow, JC seems to have quite a track record of attacking the nicest people in the sector. I did not know any, but the most recent. Oh, yeah, Yep. And who goes after these people on her list? Nobody with sense. These are people who add sensibility and positive vibes. Yep. I agree. They say, guess JC doesn't like positive vibes. Already. And Jill's conference said, all I know is that I wish I never met that lady. Child.
I think she goes after these people, and I'm going to explain to you what I think it is. She goes after the people she think will not beef back with her. She goes after people who, in her mind, are easy targets. I think that's what it is, and I think that she's trying to get the attention off of it, but also, like, think about it. If you're going after subbies who don't really bother nobody, they don't really beef like that, and I don't think she expected Miss Jill to jump off that porch like that, but, and anybody to jump off that porch like that on her, because I think because if you notice, she doesn't do this with the big dogs. She doesn't do this with our roast and draggers. She'll let them talk to her any type of way. You know what I'm saying? And if that was somebody else, she'd try to go after them. I think she's going after them because she thinks they're easy targets.
And they literally haven't been.
No, they hadn't been. She chose the wrong one. She's like, see, that's the thing about pushing a nice person into a corner. You don't really know them because they don't do those things. You don't know how hard they can go because they choose not to, but you don't know what they're going to do once you do that.
Yep. And what's up, Rodney? Good morning, Rodney. Linda says a bad thing to mistake. It is a bad thing to mistake nice people for weak because a lot of people learn their lessons fucking with me. When I was younger, boy, they thought I was just this little old nice little girl. Don't really fuck with people because I really don't. I still don't really fuck with people just to be fucking with people. But they fuck with me and I'm just like, come out, like a cat in the corner. Whooping ass every single time. Who's next? But it'd be the small ones too, because I used to be I'm thick now, but I used to be I was probably about a good 105 for a long time. By the time I graduated high school, I think I was like 140 or something like that. So I was small for a while. And they always thought the little one, like they said, nice. Don't get it fucked up. Don't let the size fool you. Don't let the smile fool you. Don't let the good heart fool you. For real. I know a lot of people who I thought in high school was like, I don't know, timid or shy. And man, then one day I see them fight and I'm like, God damn, that bitch whooped the brakes off of your ass. Oh my God.
Some nice ones you got to look out for.
Yep. They said, I agree, Charlie. Yep, you'll get more. Yeah, that's it right there. You'll get more than what you bargained for. Yes. I remember this one time I had a fight with this girl, and I demolished her, like totally demolished her. And she went and got her boyfriend
Oh no, she
to
didn't.
try to fight me. So guess what I did? I
You-
went and got my cousins, and one of the cousins was in an old video I posted a while back. It was like Labor Day of last year, some shit. He was in the video. We 8 days apart. And growing up, if he had an issue with a female, he called me or some of our other cousins. And if we had issues with dudes, we'd of course call him or other cousins. And I'm telling you, when I say 5-6 cars rolled up deep, I mean deep, and they weren't empty-handed, if you get what I mean, child. I ain't seen that brother since. And that's been years ago. Years ago. Don't bring no man to my front door, because I got a posse for your ass. Our family rolled deep. Shit, you better ask somebody. Shit, I'm like, how you gonna bring this nigga? He was really knocking at my door, like boom, 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 trying to get in my crib. I'm like, are you serious? You gonna fight me because I whooped your bitch's ass? Okay, I got you. But Jill comes and says, same here, table. They tried me when I was younger too, until I stopped talking bullshit and started busting that. There you go, right there. There you go. I don't know how many fights I used to get into with people outside in the hood at church. Be like, your daughter over there fighting again. Oh well, leave her alone. Leave her alone.
That was my mom and daddy. They knew me too. It was like, I'm gonna tell you something. Growing up where I grew up, I had to either hold up or fold up, because they always tried me, because I was the only white girl. They always tried me because they thought I was weak, and then they found out I wasn't, and they left me alone after that. But you gotta hold up or you gotta fold up in the hood, because if they find out you weak, woo weak.
We had some white people in our neighborhood growing up. I had some white homies, some Indians. We had all kind of, people in our hood growing up. And shit, some of the white ones could fight better than the black ones. I'm like, shit, but shit, when you, like I said, when you grow up in the hood, you're gonna get picked on, whether you poor, whether you the opposite race or the majority. If you're a nerd, I mean, there's so many different things you can get picked on for, and you just gotta learn to fight. You either gonna fight or you gonna stay in the house and hide all day, or shit, if you want to be out there and hanging with everybody out in the street, one day you gonna have to fight. You gonna have to let them know you bring that business.
You have to either hold up
people
or
will stop
fold up.
fucking with you.
You have to show them who you are. You know what I'm saying? What you about?
Yep, I'm telling you, you whoop somebody ass, and I mean really whoop somebody ass. Shit, they gonna be like, now you got the juice. They were like, you got the juice now.
I'm gonna say this. So I do believe that this right here is an attention grab, because now, like, her storyline had ended with Landlord, right? And she faded into the background again. And then all of a sudden she pops out with this, and she's popping from panel to panel on everybody else's stuff, right? And I believe she's trying to get attention off TC, because anybody who knows TC knows TC's not going to come back with this. She's not going to go back and forth. That's not the type of person she is. I believe she picked on TC because she thinks she's an easy mark.
And I'm not, certain people I'm really familiar with on here, but TC is not one that I'm really, really familiar with, but I know her and I know she goes way back, in this B sector, but I've never seen her on here just beefing like that, or cussing people out, or just different shit that some people do in this sector. So it was really crazy when I saw what was going on with her after they kind of sort of broke up or whatever they were doing together. Like, and then TC had to come up here. Like, TC was said, she said so many times, I don't want to do this. I don't want to discuss this. Leave me out of it. She didn't want to deal with none of this shit. And it's some people are just like that. Like I'm sure Jill's comfort zone. Jill's comfort zone, as we see, can rah. She probably bang and swing with the best of them. Out there, even in the streets, right? But I never seen her. I'm just used to her and her videos, her cooking, her food, her. I was shocked. I was like, Jill, where all that come from? But people will pull that shit out of you like. Just be fucking with people. Just be fucking with people. It's ridiculous. What's up, Cola James? How you doing? Linda said, kind of sad, but better for kids to know and be ready than to be a punching bag. Exactly. The rule of our house was if you had issues like at school with a bully or something, you let me know. I take the proper steps. We go up the proper ladder. And if none of that shit works and you're still being bullied, then you put that bully down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what's my rule. And if you put the bully down, if you have to, you ain't in trouble with me. As long as you're not starting shit. That was my number one rule in our household, besides, respect and all that other chores, the normal stuff for kids. But like, don't fuck with nobody. I got a lot of fights growing up, but I never fucked with anybody. It was like always people fucking with me and I'm defending myself. So
we were taught don't start nothing, but you better finish it.
Exactly. And don't let it be on your home court. You outside, you on your own block or something like that. It's somebody fucking with you. Shit, you better come in the house and tell me what you did after that, what they did. But when it came to school, yeah, you just can't be somebody call your name and you just bop them in the eye. No. We gotta take certain levels. Okay. Now if they put them hands on you, then you fight automatically. Don't get fucked up at school. But words, because words used to trigger me growing up. Like the bitch word, even the mamas, even I'm that mama now. I'm like, well, when they was growing up, but my mom was always, the calm, peaceful one. Don't like, she don't want no traction with nobody. She was just peaceful and nice and all that bullshit, right? Churchy and Bible thumping. And so fighting and stuff like that, she didn't want to be involved, not even in arguments and shit. So if we were doing something, as long as we didn't start nothing, she didn't fuck with us about it. It was like, okay, as long as I know my kids don't fuck with you. But words like your mama and so, boy, because my mom she was just one of those people. If you met her, Charlie, you'd be like, oh my God, she's just the sweetest person in the world. Like one of those people, right? I'm like, Mama, she called you a bitch. That's why you let her get to you by calling me a name. So I try to teach my kids that too. Names, don't let names too much trigger you. But, it is what it is. Sometimes you got to put them bullies down. And a lot of people think that she is a bully. I guess that's where I'm going with this. A lot of people think she's a bully.
It seems to be that way because here's the thing. I have heard others that are big dogs in our sector say stuff to her that she would have, like, if it had been me or Jill's comfort zone or somebody that she perceives as somebody that doesn't beef, she would have went after him right then and there, started cussing him, started having a panel war with him and all that other stuff, right? But she refuses to fight with him and would literally like, oh, I'm so sorry, and tries to bring out that sweet voice and stuff. But yet you let it be somebody she perceives as weak, and she's going to go after him hardcore, 100%. That's what I have seen myself. I'm like, yeah, you're a bully. You're going after people who don't even beef. You know this. Like, come on, going after Creole for no reason, going after Jill, going after Newbie. Like, the list goes on. TC don't come out here and beef with people. I've been around TC since TSCC days. Let me say it that way. That's how long ago it was, right? TC has never been the one to beef with people. TC only wants to help people get their education. That's all she comes out here and does, is try to spread positivity about education. She'll go around, she'll support different people, say hey, and they chat, stuff like that. But you don't really see her trying to go back and forth with anybody. Not nobody. And she said to this girl, hey, leave me out of it. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not going back and forth with you. She specifically said it, and she keeps going. That's a bully. Textbook bully.
Mm-hmm. And Reverse Cowgirl said, I agree with how she reacts to bigger CCs. She puts on that fake sweet accent.
Also, she knows if she turns on them or says something to them, then their audiences. See, she's trying to get clout off them in a way, but also trying to, like, she'll let them run over her versus if that was somebody who sees as a smaller CC or somebody that she perceives that does not beef, she's going to go after them every time.
Wow, Jill said she's trying to stop TC from being able to come on here and chill with folks. That's how it looks to her.
Looks the same way to me, like she's trying to cause a problem for her. But I hate to tell her, TC is loved by a lot of people in these streets because TC is non-problematic and does nothing but is kind to people and tries to help raise up the community and help people get their kids in colleges and stuff like that. So it's not going to work for her. It's actually probably going to backfire if she keeps on because it is going to shed her in the light of a bully.
But my thing is, if you got a problem with anybody who was affiliated with her, who might have said something about you or hurt your feelings or something, why
not call it out?
Yeah, on they shit. Call them to the table, call them to the floor. Go to their channels, have them come to your channels, have a conversation about it. But to make her liable for somebody else's reactions to her, I mean, certain people on here have a reason to react to her a certain way. Like I done heard a lot of people say they don't fuck with her, they don't go with her, go there, they don't give her a click and a view. I done heard that from a lot of people about her. And every now and then I'll go over there and watch her and see what she's talking about. I give her a click and a view. I'm subscribed to her channel, but I understand. I get why it's certain people in the sector who you have to say, I get why people don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, like the whole reason why fine, they say she might be back, why she's not here. It's a lot of things that she done to people and people did back to her, and she's no longer trying to be a beefing in the B sector, even though some people think since she hit Pisa's panel the other day that she's making a statement by doing that, saying she might be back over here. And let me mind y'all. Yeah, I said mind y'all, like my southern peoples, would say, not remind, but mind you, I did say that I think she'll come back. I said that. I think she'll come back and she'll be back into the same bullshit that she was in before. Now, that's just my, you know what I'm saying? I could be reaching on a limb, but I was pretty surprised. Not surprised that she hit Pisa's panel, but I was just surprised about what she said on her panel.
I miss that girl. What did she
say? It
was
what she said.
Child. I miss that.
Well, her and Pisa never really got along.
Yeah.
Pisa would talk shit about her. She would talk, and basically she was telling Pisa, because Pisa, I guess, were allowing people to post Brian's Cash App on her page, or they did a show basically in honor of Brian, to raise money for him while he's sick and, can't work from surgery and everything. And she hopped on there. She was like, people have been underestimating you for years. People, they don't realize how kind you are. You got a big heart. And I didn't realize this all then. It's like everything she was saying, she would lead back to back then, though. I couldn't say nothing. We was enemies. We was, ops or whatever. And she's like, but I seen you do this and I seen you help people and people was like, help who? Like, some people like, who you seen her help? Not that she hasn't, but it's like, I don't know. It didn't seem genuine to me. It just didn't. Now, Pisa was excited, happy that Fi hit her panel, because Fi is like one of the big dogs who, this is the first time she hit her news channel, even though it's been around for a couple of years. But, Fi hit her panel like maybe once, before on one of her older channels. But, Pisa was, happy, and a lot of people was happy for Pisa that Fi hit her panel. But I don't know. I still look at her with a side eye, like, why are you here? Go back over there and pick up your Bible. I'm like, it was good. You'll have to watch it. I'll send you the link and the timestamp, because it was really weird.
Yeah, because girl, I'm gonna say this right now. Like, why she gonna come back? Because the beef sector. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. And it's because you kind of get, when you are a big OG over here, right? And you get them numbers and you get those people, and then all of a sudden you go and you start slipping, and a lot of those people walk away, and you ain't got but like 10, maybe 10 people in your chat, and you went from hundreds to 200s. It's kind of like a drug, kind of sort of like a clout drug, right? And you get to missing it. You know what I mean? And I
And that's
believe
why I
that
think her
that's why a lot of
behavior
come back.
was, and that's why I think she behaved in certain ways as long as she did.
Hmm.
As long as she did. Like some of the shit that she did to fuck with people for no reason. I think she did that because it was like a high from the attention, the numbers, Queen of 1K, you know, whoopty woo 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 woo, the money, like always bragging about all the money Babe Nation gave her. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy that this is the lady who called herself a prophetess. It was just crazy. So yeah, I'm sure she got a high and addiction from off of that.
Well, you got to think you go from being like one of the most popular people, and you're trying to break into a new sector. It is going to be hard to build. Like you still have a core, you know, the certain people, but it's kind of hard to like go from that to that, and you have to rebuild everything pretty much from the ground up, right? And it's like you were used to being this big dog with this big name, and everybody knew who you were, to now you're starting over fresh from the ground up as somebody that these people don't know. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you go back to home, so you feel you know, safe or whatnot. You feel
Right, and she
good
still get a
again.
lot of support. You know, a lot of people still, you know, even though they call it the new nation or whatever she calls it now, you know, she
She could
still
have kept
got,
that name.
yeah,
He didn't.
she's, mm-hmm.
And all she had to do to Phi Babe is put like misspell it a little bit, or put Babe Nation as her name instead of Phi Babe.
I don't think she would have done that, because even though a lot of people have suggested that, it's just because the connection.
Yeah.
Like for one, she left. I mean, come on now. You it was like somebody just wiped you out. You know what I mean? Like you here one day, you beefing it, going off and da 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 da, you know, with everybody else, and you know, and then one day somebody just hits you in your gut and just knocks the wind out of you. And I know she was embarrassed. She can say she wasn't. I know she was embarrassed. She was like, yikes. You know, like, is this karma? Is this payback? You know, for like, I mean, you have to look at the big picture here. A lot of people don't look at the big picture. But one day she was threatening to take somebody's channel name and patent it or copyright it. And then while she was doing that and making threats to other people, there was somebody behind the scenes with a plan up their sleeve to do to her the same thing she threatened to do to somebody else. And you were sleeping on that shit. And then, bam, that happens. And you're just like, what can you say? So I don't think she would ever try to make it Phi Babe 3, 2, 1, whatever. I mean, she still got a Phi Babe Live one. She still got that channel. But I no, because every time she would say Phi Babe or somebody call her Phi, you know what people say, that ain't your name anymore. You know, it would be like an ongoing joke. You know what I mean? In the sector.
Oh yeah.
No, she had to leave. If she could say God told me to leave and God been wanting me to leave, and yeah, I did all this shit and raised hell for 6 years on here. Now God that told her to leave. Child.
God don't come down here and mess with us.
Your ass left because you was embarrassed. You lost your channel name. You was embarrassed in front of all your 10K, 12K, whatever.
God be shaking his head at us. God be down here shaking his head out. He be like, look at them cheering doing that.
And again, I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying that at all. I think it's pretty fucked up, to be honest. But again, you can't tell people how to fight, and they like all this time they thinking it's for Sean Bradley. I really don't think Sean had anything to do with that. I really don't, and that's why Club Chat was like, let's cast him away because we ain't got shit to do with that. You know, they don't want like any connection with that. And then on top of that, like, excuse me, on top of that, I saw Jill say reverse cowgirl. I'm like, reverse what? I forgot there was somebody in the chat named reverse cowgirl. I'm like, reverse what? But anyway, yeah. So what was I saying?
You were talking about Johnny Mac and SB.
Oh yeah. Okay, Johnny Mac, like after he did what he did, a lot of people was like, well, why would he do that to her? They weren't even beefing and things like that. See, what happened was Johnny Mac even made up this whole we was looking for a new name for our artist and we couldn't come up with anything. And so I just thought I would throw some names. Like, why would you pick? That's like picking Charlie Sending Love. That's like picking Rachel the Barber. That's just picking different YouTuber names and throwing it in the hat and seeing which one your artist might pick. That's a bunch of bullshit. We know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What had happened was in the past, Fi has went at him, called him certain names, disrespected him. Not saying he never did anything to her, but she set herself up when she was fucking with people. Like when VS came out here and came back, she wasn't fucking with that girl. She was not fucking with that girl at all. But it was like Fi wanted to pick back up the beef or some shit, right? And she knew that VS was trying to come back out here and try to change the direction of her norm on these YouTube streets. And she knew that. And she was just picking at her and picking at her and picking at her, you know, and then just trying to peel the scab. And VS wasn't taking the bait. But she fucked up when she said, I'll take your name. I'll call you. She was on the phone, remember? Trying to remember. She was on the phone talking to the people and all this kind of shit. Yeah, I want to apply for this name, VS Icon, whatever.
Girl, we were already planning a different
Somebody
name.
wanted to sit her ass down. And Johnny Mac has said some years ago that somebody needs to humble her. He said God needs to humble her. Somebody needs to humble her. That was his opportunity when she said, I'll take your name. I think the lights just went off in his head and was like, I wanted this bitch on her own shit. That's what it was. That's exactly how it happened. Anybody want to tell me different, then, feel free. But that's exactly how it happened.
Oh, I agree 100% because he wouldn't have got the idea, in my opinion, if she had not done that. Like he wouldn't even probably thought about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wasn't thinking about stuff like that at the time, copyrighting somebody's name or something like that. Nobody thought about that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But when she brought it out here, it was like, oh, so since she's doing that, I could do that to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And reverse cowgirl said the way she reacts with Venom when being asked specifics is a clear sign she's lying. That's what liars do. Oh, I think they talking about just Chris.
They talking about Jessica. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, what's up, Deanna? How you doing? What's up, L7? How you doing? Exactly, because if this was stunt to grow her channel, it didn't work. And Verbal Assassin Deanna says she didn't even own her name, but wanted someone else's. Right. Ain't that crazy? That's really crazy. And didn't he already have it when she said that? I think he was in the process. Was he in the process then before she said that, Charlie? I can't remember.
I do not remember, but I do know that it takes like time to get it's like you're not going to get it overnight. It takes like a few weeks or more. I think how long to copyright a name? It takes a minute to get that.
Child, I don't know. I mean, I never thought about doing that to somebody else. Like you said, okay, now is she still in the chat? What's her name?
Rose.
Rose. Yeah. Okay. Did you see her video?
I saw that, girl. I was like, Miss Rose, the only thing I'm hoping for that, the only thing I hope is that them people are not scammers and not trying to take your information and sell it. I'm hoping that's a reputable company. That's all I gotta say, because I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want that to happen to nobody, because
I could not believe when Rose.
But she was doing it. I was like, damn. She
tagged me in that video. I said, "You trying to copyright what? Like the beef sector?" Child. What's up, Kimberly Black?
Oh, she did say that, Deanna. I remember she said, and you don't even own yours, so how you gonna take? But that's when Via started her paperwork though, for herself, and she does now own her own name. So just can't nobody do that to her again.
Yeah, that was very smart. That was because it's like who thinks like this, but the very person who thinks like this, a lot of people who follow her think there's nothing wrong with what she does. Like, you know what I mean? And again, Johnny Mac, what he did, I'm not saying is right, but it's some of the shit that she would do to fuck with people, and you would think this is supposed to be a prophetess. This is a prophetess is next, just as close as a preacher, a pastor. I mean, a deacon, a just that. Like it's like she went through like 3-4 different phases on here, and ended up being a villain. One of the villains over here who was always calling somebody else a demon.
Yep, like
a villain over here that always calls somebody else a demon. And it's like some people still don't understand why so many people didn't like her. Oh, she's just like anybody else in the B sector. Some people just won't take their blinders off, and some of them didn't take their blinders off till she cast them away.
Yep.
So she cast them away and commenced to drag them for filth. Friend after friend after friend after friend.
Hey, Natural Looks. Hey, Shady Blue.
Hey, Natural Looks. How you doing? What else, Shady? What up, Dwayne?
Dwayne. I swear to God, back in the day, I still laugh about that. Every time I see Dwayne, I think about what I used to say. Because, you know, back in the day, nobody had saw Dwayne. That was before he ever hit a panel. Y'all ever heard his voice? That was back when he was just in chats being his little messy self. I love his little messy self. They used to think he was a white dude. They used to think that he was like 600 pounds. And me and him had this whole joke that he was my 600-pound brother.
You know what? Back in the day, Dwayne, everybody wanted to be named Dwayne, you know, because of the TV show. Different World.
Yes.
I just love me a Dwayne. Ooh. Like, because everybody liked Dwayne Wayne, you know, with the glasses. I even have this guy in my neighborhood, and we went to school together. His name was Kurt. And he always rocked like Dwayne Wayne glasses, the glasses with the flip lid, stuff like that. And he had the little high top or the low cut fat. Boy, child, you couldn't tell him shit that he wasn't Dwayne. And I remember when the polka dots and all that shit was in style.
Oh my God.
He would be polka dotted out down to the socks, like the tie, everything. Like, oh my God, you couldn't tell him he wasn't the shit back at school. But yeah, Deanna said, hold up, where was her comment? I remember when she was doing it, Via's claimed she got tea that she didn't want to. Yep, she should have took notes from me years ago. Yep. 5 is available, I'm sure. Reverse Cowgirl said people oversimplify the copyright process. It's not cut and dry. Even in big business, it can end up in litigation, and you have to prove why it should be yours. Action has to be taken through court. And me personally, I said if that was her, if I was her, I think I would try. If she really valued that name, I think I would try. But then again, if she really wants to turn over a new leaf, she might just want to just let it go.
And she could have fought for that copyright technically, because
I truly believe she could. Yep.
All she had to do was prove when her channel was created with that name, and that she had basically a business with it, because that's what YouTube is.
She did.
And you can fight that copyright.
And she was selling stuff under the name. Like it was like some people like, oh, she can't do that. She can't. I took business law 1, 2, and 3. Yes, you can. Like I was trying to explain the other day on somebody's panel, if you have maybe it was my panel. If you have what we learned in business law was very simple. If your name has been out in the public for a certain amount of years, then you can fight it. Now, like remember I was talking like if we talk about I don't know, Tanya's Chickens and Waffles, but only like my hood know who I am. I ain't got nothing online, nothing on Facebook, nothing on, IG. It has to be a public knowledge that your name has been that and you've been using that for business. Even if you didn't copyright it or any of that, you can fight it. You can fight it. Trust me. I learned that years ago in college. But some people think I'm wrong, but oh well. It's
No,
up to
you're
her
right.
though. It's all up to her.
Well, if she waits too long, you only have so many days, and which I believe she has waited too long. You only have so many, like I think it's weeks or so to fight that copyright, to even bring up that you have a claim, and then it goes through.
Yeah.
Like you have, I think 30, 60 days, something like it's a specific amount of time they give you to fight a for your name. Sheffy, did you change your name again, girl? She did Little Vegas. Look at her. I didn't even notice it.
Reverse Cowgirl said, if it's truly your name and has value, you can win. Let me try to read some of these comments. Hey, of you. Good morning. And Shady Blue said she always was going to court. She was always going to court trying to sue people. Like, it was crazy. Shit, she the one who made that shit popular. If it's truly your name, yep, I read that one. She was too busy trying to make QB look like a fool and get on TV. Oh man, that shit when they got on TV, that's when you know everything on TV is fake. If you don't know everything is on TV is fake by now, when it comes to these reality shows and these court shows, you definitely know. I mean, we already know pretty much Charlie, but these are two best friends who QB ain't owe her shit, but they went on there to get paid. Like they went on there to get paid. That was a hustle. And it is what it is. It is what it is. They always called her a scammer. And that's basically what they did on that show.
I kept saying copyright child when I was meaning to say trademark. Thank you, KJ.
Yeah, trademark. Thank you, KJ. We both up here talking about copyright all day long, right?
We did.
Hey, Lil Vegas. What up, Sheffy Weffy? Last week, Charlie, I was like, oh, they don't want Sheffy Weffy to take her doggy woggy to Vegas.
The only thing, I don't have any problem with her taking her puppy whoopee. The only thing I say is just make sure for your safety and the puppy's safety that the hotel will accept him and all that other stuff. Because I just don't want her to have no problems having a baby. Because that's what I do when I take my doggy is, well, first off, I ain't never flowed with one of mine, but her dog, as little as it is, people were wrong stating that it would go underneath the plane. No, you can actually get a carrier, and if they're under a certain poundage, you can set them under your seat, as long as the carrier fits under your seat. I know this for a fact because I've seen it 1,001 times. I fly a lot, or I did at one time. But
I got somebody I know selling some Yorkies right now. Her Yorkie's about to give birth again. That's what she do. She raised kind of like VS, with her poodle dogs.
Oh, she got rid of her babies. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, she rehomed them.
All of them?
Uh-huh. And Pixie's not doing so well. So if everybody can say a prayer for little Pixie, Pixie's got she's not gonna be with us much longer.
Pixie is like the OG, triple OG puppy dog in the sector.
Yep, she's the OG, but say a little prayer for VS and Pixie.
I'm so sad to hear that.
Yeah. She's old, you know what I'm saying? So
well, prayers to our girl VS. I know that is I did not know. I thought she still had some puppies over there and doing her thing in the poodle world. But yeah, my friend, she does hers in the Yorkies. She sells them and stuff like that. But she's like, but she like, when you interested, she'd be like, I don't know how VS did her stuff, but I don't want to know. But I'm just saying, she'd be like, deposit up front.
Well, that's like I will say this about VS when she was doing that. She was a very reputable, what they call a reputable breeder. She only did it once or twice a year, had contracts, all that other good, lovely stuff.
Girl, I remember that one time when VS had sold a dog and she had to get the dog back. And she was like, I think it was fine or something, but they did something wrong. I can't remember the story, but VS was like, I'm getting my dog back.
They didn't keep up with something on the contract the puppy had got. I forgot. I know what story you're talking about. And she ended up having to go get, and it was in the contract, so they couldn't fight it.
Yeah, they
They
didn't
didn't
keep
do
up the end
something
of the
right.
bargain. I remember it was something like that, and she was like, I'm about to repossess.
But yeah, it's because of Pixie being old age, pretty much. She's got to, take her to the vet and do
Yeah,
the hardest thing that you can do as a pet owner.
yep,
And yeah,
yeah.
so.
That's pretty sad. Well, again, prayers to my girl. Prayers to my
Mhm.
girl. But yeah, Pixie is the OG, triple OG pet in the sector. Okay. She been here since back in 2017, 18, 19,
Yeah.
20, however long that was. But yeah.
Yes. But yeah, no, where we were talking about the trademark stuff and whatnot, and then we were talking about Sheffy. When I was talking about Sheffy, when I said that in chat, I don't want Sheffy to ever think that I was down in her in any way, shape, or form. No, I was just saying in chat, please make sure that you check with the hotel, because I was freaking out for her and the puppy, because I'm a dog lover. If anybody know me, I love animals. Okay,
You
just
know
make
what?
sure
I
everything's
like it
straight.
too. But y'all should have seen when I was at my godmom house yesterday where we was playing spades and shit. Um, child, let me tell you something. One of my niece Danny, the one who made our hood table song. Her dog, she calls her dog Coffee. No, Folgers. I said Coffee. She called her dog Folgers, and I haven't been over there for a while, and I haven't
Hey,
seen the
Sassy.
dog for a while. When I say that dog humped and licked my leg for hours on end. I'm like, niece, if you don't get your dog, auntie, I'm sorry, TT. He hasn't seen you in a while. Man, I'm telling you, all I was doing, even while playing cards, the dog licking, I had like jeans on, with with the rips, so I had
Mm-hmm.
rips near my knees, and every now and then I feel on my toe. I'm like, get your dog. I mean, he was born. I'm telling you, that dog, and he's the cutest little thing. But I was like, niece, if you don't get your dog, that's all I was saying all day. Like, get your, and then when they let the dog out the house in the back patio so he could do his little thing while we was playing cards. And as soon as she let the dog out, when you say the dog was acting like he was knocking on the door. I mean, he was just like bah, 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 shaking the screen door. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with the dog? She's like, I don't know. He acted like he had this bathroom. Then now he want to act like he. So she opened the door. And he ran right up to me and started humping my leg. Girl, I was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
You're like, get your dog. I love you, but get him.
Man, after two spade games, and we whipped ass, and both of I should have had my niece. I hate one of the games she recorded. One hand we recorded one game, one round, whatever you want to call it. But the very first round, we sat down, and a lot of people know spades. Usually, they all follow the same rule on the first hand bid itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so this dude I ain't never seen before, he was there at my godmom's house, and he real tall. He like 6'5". I mean, he's super tall. And he sat down. He was talking shit, first of all, before we even started playing. Because me and my sis, the one, when I say sis, I'm usually talking about D, the one that I showed y'all pictures of the other day. D, we always play spades together because I got a lot of sisters. I got real sisters and I got god sisters, right? So we always play cards together. And he was talking so much big shit. Y'all don't know how to play. Y'all, what we gonna whoop y'all at? My godmom just sitting there looking like, he talking a lot of stuff. Child, I mean, he was talking so much shit, Charlie, right? When we sat down at the table, he looked at me and sis and said, how well do y'all know each other? And my sister was like, why? That's exactly how he said, like, why? What did that got to do with anything? He was like, because I don't want y'all relationship fractured when we whoop y'all ass. Like, y'all on good terms. I don't want y'all end up not speaking. I mean, he was talking shit, Charlie, right? Man, as soon as I had my hand, after I looked at my cards, I already knew we was about to run a 10 on their ass. And we did. Do you know that boy was so hurt? Because when you run a 10 or higher or anything like that, that's like game over. That's game
Pretty
over
much.
when you do it on the first hand, right? So we did that on the first hand, and me and my sister looking at him like, is y'all relationship gonna be good? Looking at him in his It was so funny, man. And me and my sister ain't played spades together in a trip. Like we ain't played spades together in a long time. And but yeah, so anyway, he had to get up, but he was like, no, we gotta run it back. Nope, your ass lost. Next. And then we played
Neil, baby.
Right. And then the game that my one of my nieces recorded, that was with me and my sis and my nephew, which is her son, and then his cousin. I think that's who he was playing with. No. It was another guy there that I met for the first time. You know how it is when you have get-togethers. There'd be friends over there, people and shit. But yeah, we whooped their ass too. So we won 2 games in a row. But it was fun. I love.
Was that did y'all play it as that was 100 points?
No, that was like
that's the way we.
What do we call it? No, that's 200. Basically, it's like 200.
200, yeah. If to go Neil, because you have to, and Lois Puppyfoot always leads out, but
but yeah, it don't even matter. Like how many points? It's just like a rule, especially in the hood. Like first hand bid itself, and if you get 10 or wheels or balls on the first, game over. Game is over.
There ain't no way they can catch up once you get that amount of pointage.
Thank you. But he was so mad. That shit was so funny. We was talking shit about him the rest of the night. Like, are you good? Every time he walked by, are you good? But yeah, that was so fun. I just had to tell y'all that because I had a great time yesterday with my family. Did you say Sassy was in here?
Yes, Sassy.
How y'all doing? I had dropped the link just in case anybody wants to get up here and chit chat about any of the shit that's been going on in the B sector that I missed. I swear I was gone for 2 days and I come back and I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? With who? Who said what? She got what? Like what?
Child, if you miss 2 days in the beef sector, it's like missing 2 years. I swear to God, I stepped away for a little while myself because of that trip, right? Was trying to get everything ready to go. And I come back and everything done happened was.
I just couldn't believe it. And I was sitting over there in Ronnie's chat like, I know y'all lying. Like how Lovely Love said, you lying to me. I'm like, you lying to me. Krista said she got what? I'm like, nah, she ain't do that. She ain't do that.
I'm going to say this. I don't care what she has underneath her clothes. That's her personal business. And as long as she's a good person to me, that's all I care about. I don't care about that other stuff. That's just going too far, in my opinion. But, you can't, as we stated, this beef sector is a different beast. You know what I mean? Who was bullying you?
Yeah, that was bullying, harassing. They what? No, Sassy, no.
Who was harassing and bullying my Sassy?
Ooh, Sassy, hit the link. Ooh, Sassy. You know what, Sassy? What did you do, girl? Because you don't be doing anything. Like, I've never seen you do anything on here. I did see Sassy going back and forth with, who was that? That was just Krista. I did see that. I did, and I didn't really understand what was going on. I didn't understand why just Krista had came as Sassy. Can you explain that for me, Charlie?
I don't even remember what was going on between that. Like, Sassy, can you help us? Because I don't remember.
See, I was over here making cakes and prepping food. I had like so much food. I was watching some of y'all here and there, but I couldn't really type in all the chats and I was trying to stay focused. Girl, like what was that, Tuesday night? No, Wednesday night when I was making that cake, that chrome cake that I made, and my sis had called me and we was talking about what we was gonna do for the holiday and stuff. And she's up here when it got to time for me to start spraying the cake. I was talking to her up that whole time. She was like, girl, what you doing over there? You so quiet. I said, I'm about to spray this cake. She said, what the hell you mean spray a cake? I'm like, airbrush? She was like, airbrush? I'm like, girl, child, listen, I gotta go. We was on the phone for hours the whole time I was making the cake, cutting the cake, whipping the cake, creating frosting color, all that shit. I mean, that whole time, I was just like busy doing, life was life. And so I didn't have no time to do shit. And by the time I finished with the cake on Wednesday, it was like 1, 2 in the morning. And then I finished doing some other shit for the 4th. I even went outside in the middle of the night, started cleaning the grill, all kind of shit. So the next day it was cooking, delivering cakes. So I missed a lot. I missed a lot. But what I did see was Sassy and Just Krista going edit, and I was so in confusion, like, what the fuck is going on?
I
But
missed
yeah.
that one because I was trying, girl, when I came back. Because like I was saying, Wednesday, half the day, or yesterday, it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday. I was half the day on the road, and we made it all the way to Birmingham before the car messed up and whatnot. So when I came back, I was tired. You know what I'm saying? I slept for most of the day. I got up and I noticed Barry Carey was live, and that's when I stepped in there. And I remember, and then I heard about a lot of the stuff that was going on with everything. And I was in that live of Ben Zone because, like I said, I see people live. I'm going to support them. And I didn't realize it had blowed up to what it had blowed up to until that moment. I was like, damn, it done blew up. That's crazy. It shouldn't have blowed up like that. It wasn't that deep, in my opinion. But,
Well, Sassy is an angel. I agree. She said she's going on hiatus Wednesday after next. Wednesday after next. He said, "Be sassy. Go ahead." Hold up. Jill said, "Child, sounds like someone is talking about people are out here digging around in cave." What? No way. No, and
Why
yes,
they
Dwayne,
messing with
yes.
K-Fit? Why they messing with her? I missed her Wednesday live too. I'm so sad
Where's
about it.
K-Fit? K-Fit, where you at, girl?
Why they messing with you, K-Fit? Well, we knew. I hate to say this, even if I don't know exactly what happened with K-Fit, why people are doing this, I kind of did say that she was gonna have people messing with her because once you start getting that popularity, there are some haters out there. And
Man, it never fails. It never fails. Somebody's always going to pick at you and fuck with you, because you're just doing what you want to do on here, which is the same thing that we're all doing on here. We're all doing the same shit. We might do it a little differently. We might come across a little differently, but we all basically pretty much doing the same thing on here. But yeah, people will just fuck with you just to be fucking with you.
hey,
And
Creole.
that's what I call the manufactured beefs. That's exactly what I call the manufactured beefs. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But yeah, Dwayne, to answer Dwayne, I don't know if he heard me, but yes. Yep, I sure do. But you gotta buy the liquor though. I don't buy the liquor. Because you're not supposed to do that unless you have a liquor license. But yeah, if somebody wants me to make and it don't matter if it's Hennessy. I know he said Hennessy infused, but whatever liquor you want. I didn't use Paul Masson. I didn't use Hennessy. I didn't use all kind of flavors. It's whatever you want.
Girl, I had a dude from overseas. He was from the UK. He was a friend of mine. He thought E&J was like the best brandy in the world. I'm like, no, baby, get you some Paul Masson. E&J is Jerk. That's rock good.
Yeah, E&J, that's what we call it, Irk and Jerk.
And it's
That's
rock good,
exactly what we
baby.
call it. Mm-hmm.
Go get you some of that Paul Masson.
Yep, Irk and Jerk, that's exactly what we call it. And that mug will have you irking and jerking all in the toilet the next
Mm-hmm.
morning. Ew, that's
Yeah.
like, that's really what you call like one of the po man drinks.
He thought that was the best brandy out there because he was just getting into stuff, and over there it's a little different culture. And I was like, no, E&J ain't the best, baby. Go for some Paul Masson if you want the good brandy.
And where you said he was from?
He was from the UK.
Oh,
I had to school him. I was like, don't you? Did you just say E&J Jerk was the best?
Let me show hold on, let me show this to I'll pull up this picture real quick. Show this picture for Dwayne. This is just one of the liquor cakes I made. Did I save it?
Girl, you better. I love your cakes. I gotta go get me some more coffee in a minute, Chad. I'm drinking my morning coffee.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna go grab me some coffee right quick.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna show this cake to Dwayne. I had to. Okay, here we go. That's just one of them. That cake I made for somebody's brother. This was a long time ago. Oh my God. I made this cake about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And of course, as you can see, he's a Saints fan. But yeah. And that you can see is Paul Masson. You see the name there, Paul Masson is upside down. But yeah, every time I make a liquor infused cake, after I put the liquor, like I always tell people, bring me a fifth. Because you need at least a fifth. You ain't gonna use all the fifth, but you need at least bring me a fifth. And then I use what I got. I use what I need to make the cake. And then after that, if they want bottles like on top of the cake, I tell them if you want bottles on top of the cake, then you got to bring it to me.
Child, that look good.
Yeah, so that's one thing. I'll put liquor in the cake, whatever liquor, I'll put liquor bottles on top of the cake, but I don't buy the liquor. I don't buy that because you can get in some trouble there. You said a cake with receipt. Oh, I got plenty of cakes. I'll be telling y'all, shoot, I done shared my IG with y'all, my Facebook, cake decorating. Matter of fact, I got a poster cake that I just made yesterday. I didn't post. Yeah, I did. I posted it. I was about to say I forgot to post the cake because I always post pictures or videos of the cake. Did y'all see the one, Charlie? Did you see the
gray
cake
one?
Posted?
The gray one?
Yeah,
yeah,
silver.
Well, silvers. But she would throw it up on the cake. That was the funny part. When I saw the hair from the Barbie doll. I'm like, why she got hair on that cake? And then I was like, oh, it's a Barbie doll.
No, see, and I don't know what kind of damn doll it is. They told me what kind of doll it was, but see, here's the thing. Somebody sent me a video and they said, can you make me this cake? Like I tell y'all, sometimes people will send me, inspiration and be like, can you make me this cake? And so I'll just be like, shoot, yeah, if you want me to make that cake, make it. It had a doll on it and everything. And I'm like, you buy the doll. I'm not going out to buy no dolls and toys and all that shit. When people want stuff like that on top of their cakes, I tell them, you buy the shit, because one thing I used to do back in the day when I first started out as a cake decorator, I would buy and shop for things they want. And I'll be on Etsy, I'll be on Amazon, I'll be all over the place, right? And that, you know how much time that takes? That's not even making the cake yet. So spending hours looking for a particular thing that no, I don't do that no more. Some people though, some cake artists, they charge they call it a research fee or something like that. They charge a research fee. And some people don't want to pay that either. So, but yeah, I'm about to play this video of the cake that I made for the people who didn't see it. Let's see.
It's so cute.
Cake.
I love cake.
I like it. Is this it? Hold up. Let's see. Shorts. Share. View on YouTube. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Can you hear that? Did you hear it?
I heard that little shh. I heard that.
Okay, okay, I hope it's a shorts video, so it's kind of skinny. So I hope y'all can see it really good. If not, you can always go to my on my wall or go to my shorts.
You had to blow my candles out. He want that cake. You wanna put your name on it. I know you want it in the worst way. You had to blow my candles out. He want that cake. but you wanna put your name on it. I know you want it in the worst way.
She was white girl wasted.
And I was like, when I saw the picture that they sent me, it had a doll hanging on the side of the cake, but the cake is supposed to represent the doll being wasted. Like off of the liquor, you see the Patron bottles on top of the cake, and she's wasted. It's her birthday. You saw she has sprinkles on the side of her face by her mouth, so she's wasted. She done fell in the cake. That's what the vision is supposed to be. And they sent me the picture of the video. I said, yeah, I can reconstruct that. No problem. And they wanted it to be silver and chromed out, just like the picture they showed me. So of course I had to airbrush it after I made it. But yeah, it was, yeah. That cake was a nice little penny right there.
She was white girl wasted girl.
It's a nice little penny right there. But yeah. My sister, well, my mom saw it last night. She said, "How much you charge for that?" I said, "Enough." Enough. But yeah, thank you, Dwayne. Hold on, did I miss some comments? Where's Sassy? Didn't want to hit the panel. All right, Sassy going on hiatus.
Man, I wanted to hear from Sassy herself, like what had happened was in retrospect.
Yeah, Sassy, hit the panel and tell us why y'all beefing. I don't know why they bothering her. That's what I want to know. Jill said, yes, Sassy, since all of this been going on, I went over to the ladies page to see what was going on. And that's what she said in her video. And then I know she was calling Sassy ugly. And I'm like, we've seen pictures of Sassy. Sassy ain't ugly. I remember that she kept.
How's she gonna call anybody ugly? I'm just saying.
You know what? I'm on mute.
Like, okay, I am not ever gonna say another woman in this chat is ugly, because here's the thing: I'm not the best looking thing in the world. I'm not ugly, nor am I like a 10. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't like a straight up 10, how you gonna call somebody else ugly? Like, you got things about you, and it's not even her looks per se; it's her heart. Like, a lot of times for me, it's people's personalities. When somebody's personality is ugly, it makes them ugly to me. I'm sorry. When you started picking on innocent people, that's why I don't like you. I'm sorry. You try to mess with married men. You being a hoe. Like, you ain't even trying to be a lady and a respectable lady at this point. Like, and you can be what you want to be, but I lost all respect for that lady. When you become a bully, I don't like you. I'm the anti-bully, baby. Come for me. Try it.
I know somebody said in the chat the other day, somebody said when a bully gets bullied.
Girl,
like,
I did not let, when I was in high school, anybody get bullied in my high school. I was the anti-bully, and we literally stopped bullying in my high school because you never know. And I heard this from somebody else, and it's true. What if TC wasn't a strong person, right? We know TC is a strong person. What if she was not? What if this set somebody over the edge and made them unalive themselves? You get what I'm saying? Like, you going too far. You going to the point that somebody could literally unalive themselves stuff, because there's a lot of people that have done it over stuff like this. Like, you know, thank God that she's, you know, a strong person. But what if she wasn't? What if she was having, what if this was the straw that broke the camel's back? Words have meanings.
I mean, if somebody was to come up here and say that about me, what she said about her, about having the parts down there or whatever, whether I had it or not, I'd be so like angry. Like, so angry, because for one, if I had it, like, I heard somebody mention something about HIPAA. Now, I don't know if that is something breaking a HIPAA. I mean,
it only applies if they're your actual doctor or nurse.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think that would hit or that would work. But
Lander, on the other hand,
so personal. Whether it's true or not is so personal. Like, if something, like, let's say that's true, that you do have both parts down there, that's something that you would only like release to the most. I mean, somebody that you really, really invested in as far as like a relationship. I know they shit was long distance and they never met each other. So I can't even see her if she would say something like that to her, somebody long distance that you never even met.
I also stated yesterday, I'm very curious, and I believe this to be true. She's going to ruin the trust that other people have in her. Because if you would tell that on somebody that you were supposed to be, even if it, and in my opinion, it's false, but like when you have um, trust in somebody and you tell them something so private, right? Who else is going to be on the phone with her now? Because they're not going to trust her. She's going to come out to these streets and say and do things that to hurt you if
Mm-hmm.
Mad Day comes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so you can't trust her no more. You realize and she's saying this on people who ain't did nothing to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love me some TC, and Dwayne can tell you we've been rocking with her for how long now, Dwayne? You know what I'm saying? TC ain't never did nothing to nobody on these streets, really. I can't tell you not one time in my mind that I can think of that she started a beef or was beefing with somebody. I can't remember not a near another. Mm-mm. But somebody gonna get that girl. She gonna mess with the wrong one. I'm gonna tell you, she gonna do this stuff and mess with the wrong one. And somebody gonna. I'm not saying like bad, like that. I'm talking about somebody's gonna take her to court.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Whether that's true, whether if you feel like somebody was so invested in your life or you invested to them that you're willing to reveal something like that, that is something that a lot of people look at as humorous. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, for you to have something like that going on, you were like the laughing stock. They would make you like a laughing stock. They would put you up there on this. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So people look at that as strange, weird. That's not a really positive. That you might as well say somebody got the three-letter word or something like that when it comes to something that personal. So whether it's true or not, I would still be angry. Like that somebody would say something about me like that. And I think this is sassy. Hold on one second. Hey, sassy boo.
Good morning.
Good morning, sweetie. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, Charlie. Hey, chat.
Hey, sassy
Hey,
love.
you got your coffee, girl? Have you had your coffee yet?
I did. I had 1 cup of espresso. Well, a half a cup of espresso. I just warmed up. It got cold, but now I was finishing putting my vitamins in the little thingamajig. But I just wanted duly noted that I tried to stay in the chat and be a good, quiet angel chatter, and you forced me to come up here.
I did force you. You had me cracking up the other day when you was on the panel and you was telling them, I'm not hitting mute. I'm not hitting mute.
Right. They get on my nerves.
Oh, that was funny. It was like I'm up here clean, boy. When they I don't know, people will pick with you, like I said. But when he said something about the maid or something like that, I was like, Lord, sassy. I'm like, why y'all fucking with sassy all the time? Like we can't clean our own house.
Right. I'm like, girl, you get dogged out for cleaning your house. Shit you're supposed to do, bitch.
Child, they was
My
like, why she ain't got no dishwasher? I was like, what? Girl, I'm just over here doing my little thing.
girl,
Here,
I live in a brand new condominium complex. I got a dishwasher, bitch. I got to wash some dishes sometimes too. Shit, it's shit going on, okay?
But
Just
you know what? I'm one of those people who don't even. I've had dishwashers in many houses and got one now, brand new set when I bought my house. That thing probably been used about 10 times in 4 years.
Oh no,
Like,
I'm an avid dishwasher user, but I don't know where these people. Like I said, the stuff that they talk about is stupid. You still got to rinse the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher.
exactly.
I mean, then I don't put my pots and pans and knives in dish. It's just stupid. They just stupid, girl.
Child.
They got to pick on everything, girl. I heard, I don't know how to navigate LSA, but my homie told me that Dimple's bitch ass, Dimple, if you're listening, I'm gonna get your ass. Some of Dimples on LSA talking about sassy. He's over there cleaning a week's worth of dishes.
Oh, I'm about to go look now.
That's what I don't know how to find it or whatever, but that's what she told me.
Child, I know how to find it. I be finding shit over there about me too. So every now and then I go over there just to see what tea they got. Because a lot of times it be tea that we don't even have. over here they be talking about everything. But
You could have been online for 24 hours, but child, I left yesterday around noon. Didn't come back on till shit, I don't know, maybe 14 or 16 hours later. So no, sorry, sir. I was with my family having a ball. I wonder, were you with your family, GX? Because I was with mine, honey, and just woke up an hour. Girl, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Because your work body clock don't stop for nothing, right? And I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning and I was catching up with people and I was hanging out over there with YTC. And I spoke to Ronnie Q, and girl, I was out of there, and I could tell I was asleep for her whole live, which was almost 4 hours. So now I feel like I'm rested. But one thing I didn't want to do was wake up at 5 and stay up. Lord have mercy, because then I knew I was going to be back tired in midday, because I have a friend coming in town today, so I needed to be well rested. But yeah, so y'all up here talking about this Crystal shit, girl. That shit.
Yes. What do you think about that shit? And why? I was trying to figure out why the fuck is she so pissed off at you?
Well, I mean, it's just part of her skit and her plan to deflect, right? Redirect.
Hey, Natural.
You know me. I mean,
Hello.
I have hey, Natural.
Hey, Natural.
Hey, sweetie pie. Hey, love.
Hey, boo. Go ahead, Sassy. I'm gonna let her speak after you. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, okay. You know me. I mean, I have a way of saying stuff that's gonna get up under people's skin, even if I'm not trying to be, whatever. Still tipsy. Antagonistic. We'll say that. Shit. But I wasn't rude or mean or ugly or anything. I was just at least that's not how I took it, but I was just saying that, I mean, this shit don't make no sense. I don't care if it's true or lie. If it's true or a lie, I still feel the same way about TC in regards to, I feel bad for her. That makes my spirit want to cry. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, these people who think it's okay to do mean shit to people that they talking about they once wanted to get to know better or that they cared about is just fucking weird shit to me. And I thought that needed to be said. All this coddling and shit, and people. See, the thing about it for me, once I speak at the point where I want to speak on something, I've already listened. Right? I'm not a person who's just going to jump out there and just start talking. So, I mean, Pizarro trying to talk to her, D-Spot, Brianna. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing people, who like her, who was trying to talk to her. Tracy, Rodney, Ness the next day. And it was just all bullshit. No, that was not based on facts. Where are the facts? You're saying you came out with this slanderous information because the girl has been running your name in the streets. Where? I have
that's
questions.
what Charlie was saying. Charlie hadn't found nobody talking shit about her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an excuse to come out with some slanderous information. And like I said, if it's true or not true is not the part. I'm gonna tend to say it's not true, but that's not my point. My point was you're not providing any proof. When I ask you a straight up question, you're telling us to go look for the proof as if there's not, 50,000 lives where this mysterious information could be on. You're not even leading us down the right path or anything. It's just all ambiguous, which to me equals, untruth. Because if I tell you I didn't just turned on my motherfucking ex, I'm gonna know exactly why I turned on him, what happened, when it happened. You know what I'm saying? And I would never do that, but I'm just saying, like, this is stupid. And it was very mean. So, she was calling me ugly.
Yeah, when she said, get on camera, show your face. Like, we already done seen Sassy. We already know what she looks like. Like, what? She ain't ugly.
I'm ugly. I'm fat. Okay, girl. Let's get to the facts, because those aren't facts, and that's high school shit. Like, what 53-year-old woman is using that as a read? You're ugly. You're fat. You're okay. But Krista, okay. And so she was just. I really, really got up under her skin because I think because I was asking direct, firm, informative questions, and that's not what she wanted. And quite, if you back up, I felt like even the lead up to us getting this information was like, duplicitous. It was very strategic. you know? And so I was like, that don't even sound like how when you're a scorned lover, you don't have to plan to release the tea. You're gonna click the nearest link and you're gonna go the fuck off. No, it was very strategic and methodical. So I didn't care for it at all. And I didn't think that TC deserved that. And like I said, I don't know TC in real life, but like everybody else is saying, she's non-problematic. And we the same way as we talk about people, I feel like we should be taking up for people too. So
Yep, that's what I believe too. And still no facts, still no receipts. And it's what time? 10:20 in Central Standard Time, AM. So I don't know. I just think that's pretty fucked up. And then the fact that you were like involved with it's some things that you just don't do. Even if you have an ex that you don't get along with, it's just certain things that you just don't do. And she's basically out here, seem like trying to just humiliate her. Do the most to humiliate her, and why? Like, is that how you react to all your exes?
Exactly. I mean, what she says, she only has two her whole life. So I don't know if she did the two like that. Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I that's why I just start calling her a bully. And I don't like bullies, that's very bullyish behavior. And they're trying to convince us that TC is not a very nice person. Okay, cool. Like I said, I don't know her. All I know is her blueprint on YouTube. And her blueprint on YouTube has been extremely non-problematic.
Right. I haven't seen her be on here like really confrontational or anything, trying to get into shit and for the most part, every time I hear her or see her on somebody's channel, it was speaking about colleges or some shit like that, something for the community. So if somebody is really not a good person in their real life, the fact that they don't bring that on here, I mean.
And that's why I said it. I mean, you can't, that was the first comment that got me into trouble when I was on my way to the hairdresser. So this had to be Wednesday, when Shelly had her live, and I put in the chat, I was like, if that's true, then you're making TC an even more sympathetic character. You see what I'm saying? So if she is some masked villain, you're continuing to make her even more sympathetic than she, or empathetic, whichever verbiage is right, because you're bullying her. You're being really, really mean. So, I mean, and it seems like it's unwarranted. So, but she didn't like that. She wouldn't let me talk. I was like, Shelly was trying to be a gracious host. She asked me to come up again. People swear that I'd be clicking these links, but hey, listen, I'm the motherfucking Sassy Show. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, haters love me, and the people who love me. It is what it is. And she asked me to click the link, and I said, Shelly, I will, because I thought, okay, I can back up my comment, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no big deal, but when I clicked the link, I said, listen, I'm at the hair salon. I can't be yelling and screaming and talking over people. I'm just she asked me to come up here to clarify my comment. That's what I'm trying to do. But she didn't want to hear that. So that was the beginning. Then now the narrative is that I'm doing this because I don't like her. And I was like, that's a little too surface for me. I mean, you probably got me by 10 years. I'm assuming, is that where you live, where only people only say things to you or disagree with you who don't like you? That seems odd.
Yeah, that does seem to be the one of the characteristic traits, though. Because like I told Charlie, I didn't recognize or realize who she was or knew anything about her till that newbie incident. And they was talking about, well, that was after Creole. I'm like, it was? I'm like, then it was Jill, then it was TC, then it was, I'm like, who else?
Wait, she got into it with newbie too?
Remember?
No, I don't. That's what I'm asking. I didn't know that. But you don't have to retell it, but I didn't know that. So yeah, her list is long. Lord have mercy. Jesus.
Yeah, when she got into it with newbie, everybody was coming for her. Newbie didn't do anything. It was.
She goes after people that she thinks are easy marks, and Sassy, that's probably why she tried to come after you too. Because if you think about it, when she's on these other panels and people say similar things to what you said or don't agree with her for some reason or not, she doesn't go after them. She starts getting, and if she does say something, she go, oh, in that little sweet voice, I didn't mean it that way, but if it's somebody she thinks like maybe doesn't have a bigger platform or something in her mind, because her mind's a little warped, then she tries to pick on people. She literally is bullying people who do not beef.
Okay, because I was gonna say respectfully, she can't think that I'm an easy mark. But if she's now that part, if she's going after people who she knows is not gonna go, who not gonna go back and forth with her, or who don't typically beef, perhaps. But I don't know if I fall into either one of those categories. I really just think that she was irritated. I think she was more irritated because of the opposite with me. Because if I say something, I'm not going to be afraid to either repeat it and or do my panel whore thing and continue to repeat it. So it's best for her to shut me down. I think that, if I had to guess, I would guess, no, bitch. Now, if you start talking, now you got a big ass mouth, and it don't matter if you go to your platform, you can get 800 people. And if you go to another person, you're welcome on other people's platform that can get 800. I might not want this girl talking. That's what I think.
Well, I
Could
see
be
what
also
reverse. Oh, let me read this real quick. Then I also want to get the Natural Lux chance after you too, Charlie. But reverse Carlberg said, "What bothers me is how people are analyzing the intersex accusation. There's no disputing that without showing the genitalia, and who would do that? Maybe that's why JC chose that in particular, because it can't be proven."
That's a great point, because it's so salacious. Again, yeah, you can't disprove it, but at least the majority of people are like, fuck that shit. We're not putting that on TC.
That's what I've said, Sassy, and I think that you're correct in your assumption of what she sees as you. I think also you think it could be that she doesn't really know you that well.
She's done. I mean, she's a quick learner. She understands everyone's position.
Yep, and welcome to the chat, everyone. Please make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video on the way in. Hey, Cola and Pauls, and what up, Queen Diva and Fran and Tay Bay? How y'all doing, Miss Juicy, Miss Hershey? Welcome to the chat. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. But yes, what's up, Natural Lux? How you doing?
Hey, y'all. Excuse me. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm on the road again. I came up for another reason. Well, let me tell you my first reason. Then, let me tell you what y'all are talking about. I think the messengers, even when you're telling the truth and you're saying it in a articulate way, you're not being mean about it. You're trying to show compassion. Just because you're the messenger, that's why you're going to get the attack. And another reason I think Sassy is getting attacked, because a lot of times when you're with a group, and if you feel like the group doesn't like a person and they get that support, they'll come after that person. That makes sense.
I mean, the theory makes sense, but in this particular situation, I mean, first of all, I'm not with a group. I associate with a lot of different groups, right? So I don't know.
No, you don't associate, but if they've been watching and they know the ones, like you say, you're haters, and they're with them, if they come after you, they know they're going to get the support from the haters.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, I noticed there's some behaviors with that. It didn't go like as expected, and so the first thing, you get very defensive. You do the fight or flight, and yeah, I'm not trying to be mean, but I've been knowing her. I mean, I've been watching the videos from way back when she was BBW. I never really commented too much, but it was in the beginning, and yeah, and for the lady who she accused that of or said that about, if that's the case, so what? She has nothing to do with that. She couldn't help how she was born, and really, it's nothing to discuss. I mean, is that supposed to turn people against her? It's just bad to expose people, even if it's not something intimate, but someone that you're friends with, and you know that they're sharing some information, and you expose them to what? Make them look bad. But that was a bad move. That was a really bad move, and I don't have no thing against her. I just can't understand how people can do that. And see, for me, I wouldn't do it anyway, but God knows I couldn't live with myself. You talking about the guilt that I would feel that I've done that to someone, especially when you have time to think about it. I just couldn't do that. I'd have to drink, and I don't drink or take a bunch of. I just couldn't live with myself. Even if I apologize, how could I do something so low to someone else, especially if they're not bothering you?
Mhm.
If you're in a group and someone's talking bad, you're not participating, but you can't control what other people think. And if they're talking bad about you, go to the person that's doing it. Don't attack the person that you used to know. And that's awful. I just can't even imagine that at any age. If I was 15, I couldn't imagine doing. Well, maybe I no, I could see people, bullies doing it in middle school, but adults, I don't know. But anyway, I came up because we haven't done the challenge in a while, and I have this thing. I just cringe when people tell you off and they're writing about you and they don't spell. So when are we gonna have the spelling bee challenge? Sassy, you got someone wrote to you, and I was like, God, and it just makes me cringe. And I've seen it on also Facebook, and especially if they curse you out in the chats, and they can't even spell.
My God.
And I'm like, how do you take that serious?
You
So
better you better not.
let's have a spelling bee challenge.
Well, it won't be. I won't be having a spelling bee challenge, but
I'm being a little shady because y'all,
right.
I'm being a little shady. Yeah, I know no, they ain't gonna do it, but God, why do people want
Well, you know
to get
what?
someone told when they can't spell?
I have a I have a cousin, right? And she's a doctor. She's been on here before. She talked to us about the Rona when it first hit. That was the one that was on Good Morning America. She's a well-known doctor. And she hates
Oh
when
wow.
people misspell words. But yeah, if you look up Rona interview with the doctor, because she used to be a nurse, now she's a doctor. So I think she was a nurse when she did the interview, but she's a doctor now. But if you look that up in my archives, you'll find her. But
I'll definitely
she
do that.
always on
Yes.
Facebook, she gets so irritated by people misspelling just different words, right? And she had posted one
Yes.
day, just curious and in all seriousness, in this day and age, she said, read this day and age of spelling and grammar check. Like she was like, in this day and
Oh,
age, do people not grammar check? Do people really not know how to spell? Do they type the way they talk? Or do they just not care? She put hashtag hooked on phonics. But she is a big thing, like on that. Like she posts every now and then and people just be cracking up. But she hate when
oh.
people misspell words or use the wrong word because they similar spellings or something in the wrong way. Yeah, that's a pet peeve for her. But yeah,
It is
spelling
for
bee.
me too, and I've done things like if I don't have on my glasses, when they put these lenses in my eyes from cataract surgery, they put these lenses in. You can't read without them. So I know I've done typos and typing if I don't have my glasses on, but it's a pet peeve of mine, and I'm like, golly, you're a beautiful lady, and they put your YOUR, and I'm like, no, and I just get. But anyway, let me stop. But that's a pet peeve of mine. I cringe, but I just saw it in the chat, and I was like, Lord, they talking this sassy, and they ain't even spelling it right. But
I
anyway,
missed it. Most of the time, I mean, I pick and choose. I'm a expert reader of the chat while I'm talking, but 89% of the time, I ignore it. It's all silliness.
well, it's our friend. I hope he doesn't get upset, but it was our friend GX. He was talking about your coffee. And
Oh,
he meant to say through an IV, but he said though an IV. But anyway, I digress. Thank you. I'm gonna get down. Please, y'all don't get upset with me, Chad. I love y'all. Thank
oh,
you.
You
bye.
take care. Thank you for
Hu-
hitting the channel.
Huggies Natural Looks.
Bye bye. Bye bye, y'all. I'm staying in the chat.
Bye bye. All right.
Bye bye.
Hey, Creole.
Hey, Creole Beautiful.
Hey y'all, here's everyone. Smooches to y'all. Boy, Sassy been on fire. I'm gonna take this a different way because I know people's like, well, why is she commenting on it? Because it all really started with me. All of this Victory Island stuff started.
Oh,
It all started with me, and I
Well,
didn't know.
Okay, well, let me drop down and listen to this while I straighten up the house. Okay,
Okay.
I'll
What
talk.
if you want to straighten up your own house? Oh, no.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all know Sassy don't straighten up her own house. Look, I'm being messy.
Girl, I'm so yeah. I gotta sweep this. That's the only thing I gotta do is sweep this floor and look, put these few dishes from yesterday up. Bye, y'all.
All right. But let me say this. Let me say this first. Me and Just Krista, we settled our thing, which I didn't know was a thing, but we settled our thing. So I have no victory out for her at all, you know. But it did start with something that had to do with me. I had came into Shelly's chat one night, just trying to clear my mind from a death, and I commented on Pizarro's Breeze competition that they had because I thought that's what they were talking about. So I made a comment, and when she read that comment, Shelly read it out loud, and Just Krista like clocked because of my comment. And I left. I just went on and left the chat because I'm, like I said, I'm already in the headspace because I lost somebody. And then two, I'm one, I'd rather be celebrated than tolerated. And all you gotta do is let me know you don't feel me, I won't come back, And so anyway, I didn't know. I thought it ended there. So I saw Monty was on early that morning, and I said, let me go support my sister. And so she was clocking. This is Mixology 99. She was clocking. I mean, she was going out and said, Creole don't mess with nobody. And I said, whoa, I said, me? What about me? Because I didn't know, And she said, you done been over and you done cussed that girl. I made a whole video about her. Me? I'm still saying, like, I'm talking to myself like, me? I said, what? I didn't know. And so I went and I saw my name. I was like, okay, I ain't listening to this. Okay. Just like that. I was like, I ain't listening to this. But it made Monty mad because it was said that when I came into the live or whatever, that I didn't speak and this, that, and the other. And everybody know when I come in, I say, hey, everybody, hey, host, hey, the hood table, and blah, blah, blah. So, so Monty was fighting for me. Okay. She was fighting for me because she didn't like that. She said, Creole ain't going to fight you, but I will, So that's how them two bumped heads, all from that misunderstanding. And when me and Miss Krista, Just Krista talked, we talked on Bree's platform because I was up her and she came up her, and I came back. And I said, yeah, I wasn't going to give that no smoke or whatever because it was a misunderstanding. Why argue over a misunderstanding, like that. And so, like I said, me and her, we squashed everything. But evidently, the water was still whatever with her and Monty because of the situation. And then that's when I think because Monty and Miss T Velocity and Diva, Queen Diva, all of them, they've been rocking for a minute. And so something happened. And then I guess she felt like Miss T Velocity them was saying something about her. With my understanding, they hadn't. I don't know because I don't watch everybody's lives. But I think that's how that momentum kept. Then she started saying stuff about Miss T Velocity, and then she said something about Miss Queen Diva, and then it's like anybody who would be in that live kind of rocking their way a little bit, if they was getting all the smoke. Okay, but Monty and her end up talking, and so I thought they had squashed it because Monty apologized. And I told Monty, I understand why you're apologizing. I'm not mad at you for taking it back. I said, I already told you, thank you for having my back, but I understand it cost her a whole lot of, And so, but she did apologize to Just Krista. She really did. So I thought that was over once the apology happened, and everybody decided to go their way or whatever. But I don't know what happened with that, but it's like the water is still troubled. You know what I'm saying? So it all started, our animosity and stuff like that. Plus, we are TC's friends, okay? When I found out that TC that she was going to do YouTube, I asked her, I said, girl, I thought you said you wasn't going to ever do a YouTube channel. She said, yeah, I know, but my baby, talking about Just Krista, she said, my baby wanted to do it. So I agree. Reluctantly, I agree. I said, okay, And she said, yeah, she'll be coming over here and stuff too. So I knew of Just Krista because of TC.
You
And
mean
I always
Just
try.
Krista pushed her into going YouTube? Like,
Yeah, because
really?
They was dating, and Just Krista wanted to, start her channel back up, but go a new route. They were gonna do like the couple thing or something like that. And so I said, okay, well, I'll be over to support, and all this and stuff like that. But I knew, like I said, if it's a lie, then TC told me, because TC said she never wanted to do a YouTube channel. She just rather just drop in chats, and stuff like that. She said she stays too busy in the work that she does, and blah, blah, blah. So when I heard that, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought because that's just what she had been saying. She never wanted, to do a channel. So like she comes on my platform all the time, just about, like when she, she'll drop on my live and everything. But my thing was this was my only thing. I was hearing different people, and everybody got their opinions. Opinions are like booty holes. Everybody have one, okay? But everybody was saying, well, if it was me, I would have came on her and I would have blah, 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 blah. Not everybody deals with stuff like that. We can't expect people to deal with things the way we would deal with them. Like my way of dealing, I'm not going to be out here cussing. I ain't going to be out here. I ain't doing none of that. If you call me a black, blah, 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 I'll be whatever you call me. As long as you don't show up at my door, we okay. Okay. Because I just don't have time for that. My mental is not set up for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm that's not going to be me. It's just not going to be me. But I wanted to tell everybody, not everybody deals with situations like maybe I do, you do, the hood, or Charlie, or whoever. Not all of us go at it like it. Some people just rather be like, leave me alone, say what you got to say, I'm gone, So I just want to, not everybody deals with things like it. Don't mean it's true. Don't mean it's not, whatever. I have my own opinion because I just have my opinion. And so I'm just saying, but my thing about, I told Miss Olivia, I said, there's a thing called feelings and facts. I can't tell anybody that how you feel is not valid because it's your feelings. Okay. That's different. I can't tell the hood table that the way she feel ain't right. Now, that's your feelings. That's validated because it's your feelings, okay? But then there's a whole nother thing that's called facts. And it's always feelings versus facts. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what has happened in all these chats that warranted, her getting fed up and saying whatever. Only she knows that, And I was along with the people just asking the question, like, what happened to trigger this? Like, what happened? And I'm not going to go
think it was something big enough to come out here calling somebody cat dog, calling them intersex, and just some other
Queen Diva.
Other heinous things like that. Because even though, like I said, a very small percentage of people do have to deal with that in real life. But I mean, if we were talking way back in the day, they would put you up on display for some shit like that. I mean, that's not really something that you joke about because it's not funny, and people they can't control something like that. And I don't think it's really true. But the fact that she said that she has done some really bad things or said some really things about her, or she's really mean behind the scenes or whatever, that's behind the scenes still. The thing that I don't like is when people have issues behind the scene and then they bring it out here on Front Street, in front of everybody. And I think that's like messed up. And that's why I would never, if I was to date anybody online or virtually or whatever long distance, I would make sure they don't have nothing to do with this sector, because we see it over and over again. As soon as somebody breaks up, one of them is on here making a spectacle, embarrassing them, shaming them, humiliating them. It never fails. It never fails.
Yeah. One up, I understand what you're saying. No, I was just saying in life, we got to realize that feelings is valid, okay? Because it's how a person feels. But it doesn't mean that it's fact. That's it. It doesn't mean that that's exactly what happened. It just means this is how you feel. And a lot of times, even when, like, if you go and get interrogated, or you have to go to the police station and you get to talk, and they'll say, okay, did that exactly happen? And a lot of times they catch people up because people talk in feelings and not facts. And that's how when they write that down, they'll go back and say, but you said, and you be like, no, I didn't say that. No, that's not what I meant. So we have to make sure that we deal in facts. If that's what's, we're going to tell a story, let's tell a story that's factual, not the way we feel. Because a lot of times the way we feel, it goes against what's facts. And that's just the truth, So like I said, I just wanted to, because last night I went up on Shelly's to clear that up too. Because
that's crazy what you said, even about yourself. Like you were out there talking about her and you was like, huh, what? Like
I was shocked because I've never been in a controversy. As long as I've been on YouTube, I've never been in a controversy. So like I said, I just called myself supporting Monty that morning, and she was like, "Cause Creole don't bother nobody," and blah blah. I was like, "Wait a minute, who? Me?" I was over here like touching on my chest, like, "What I do? What I say? What?"
Well, I've never seen any of your videos where you was doing anything like. Most of your videos is positive.
Yeah, because you know what? This is me. Like, whether you like me or not, and I always tell people, it's one or the other. You either like me or you don't. There's no in between, because I'm just straight up no chaser. What I am on here is what I am off of here. There is not a character I play on here, and then when I turn this off, I go to. No, it's just me. All I have to give you is me. So, I'd rather give you the best part of me, because that's how I try to live my life. And people don't like me because of that, because they want me to be this whole character where I put on a nose and a wig and floppy shoes. And I ain't going to be nobody's clown. One day my grandkids might turn on and go, "Oh, that's Nana." And I'm on her acting a complete fool. And that's the last thing I wanted to say. When will we, as 40 and up, because I'm 53, but when will we as 40 and up, especially Black women, and Charlie's my sister, so she's Black too. But when will we act our age? A lot of stuff that I see people doing is trying to compete with people that's way younger than you. I try to keep up with them. No, you've been there, you've done that. If you wasn't able to do it at that age, okay, create you a lane in whatever age you are. Make people want to be you. Make people want to follow you. Don't go down.
The behavior on here is very juvenile.
Okay. And that's all I wanted to say. We just need to start really thinking about some stuff. And yeah, I can really get deep, but I ain't going to. So that's all I want to say.
All right. Well, thank you for your commentary. And if you end up going live and continue the conversation, shoot, I'll be there.
Okay. I'm done with it.
I said many huggies because I love my Creole.
Thank you, boo.
Yeah, thank you for your commentary. You can stay up here if you want, or you can drop down if you want, whichever one you prefer. You can stay here and keep us company if you want.
I just wanted to make sure Miss I forgot her name, Miss Natural. If she didn't have I didn't know if she had something she wanted to say or ask me.
No, I didn't want to ask anything. I was going to say, to your point, I agree with you about feelings. That's one of the reasons why I studied mental health counseling. I know to even say that it comes from a place of hurt. Hurt people. We've all been hurt. And it could have, certain things, if you feel like if you've been hurt, some people will feel like if one person or somebody else did it, everybody in the room is laughing. I get that. I do agree with that's why I'm being sensitive to my comments about it. Of course, the person who it was said about, that is awful. But I'm being sensitive to the person that said it, because I know it comes from a place of hurt. Saying that, though, when we know it's going to really hurt somebody, and if we got to go below the belt, there's help out there. There's all kinds of help. There's no stigma. You could go, you know what I mean? There's therapy, and there's all kinds of ways to get help. And so I have to, I'm learning myself. And even in things that are bad, don't be active. Don't be so reactive, because when you do that, that's a lot of regret. And also, when you do it to others, it's going to come back. You reap what you sow. So to your point, I am sensitive to, it's a place of hurt. but we got to be careful. It doesn't give an, it's not a license to do and say anything you want to people. It's not. It really isn't. And also, I'm gonna. You have a channel. I want to check out your channel as well and show some
Oh, thank
support.
you. Thank you. And let me piggyback off you
Mhm.
real quick. Let me tell you something. I went to school to get my counseling degree as well. So that's why a lot of times people say they call me doctor over here, Dr. Creole, whatever, because I have my doctorate in counseling. So Jay Wilson said, Jay Wilson told me, said, you be trying to be so diplomatic. No, it's not that. It's just that my degree kicks in and you try to talk to people without diagnosing them. You try to talk to people because you understand it's a little bit different than what they're showing. And so a lot of times when I'm talking to people and I see something different, I try to make sure that my words are very clear and that I repeat myself, because a lot of times the first time you say it, people think they hear you, they don't. Okay. The second time you say it, it sinks in. And then sometimes you have to say the third time. Why I decided to go, and I'm retired now, but why I decided to go into mental health is the fact that I am a survivor, and I don't want to feel no sorry for me or nothing, but I'm a survivor from years of rape and molestation and incest, things of that nature. Okay. So we ain't gonna get into all of that, but I am. And I used to fight all the time. You couldn't say boo to me without me swinging. You know, I mean, I'm fought. You know, I realized that wasn't normal. And it stayed in my life until I got an adult. And I started realizing I couldn't handle everything with my fist. And the counselors that I had didn't reach as deep as I needed to go. So once I started getting healed, okay, and I started seeing on the other side, that's what made me go to school, because a lot of times our cases is so deep, okay? Things that happen to us is very, very deep, and a lot of counselors don't go that deep, okay? So when I see people hurt, and I can tell it's a lot of people on here hurt, because when they come on here, they create a whole new person that they know once they get out for here, that's not them. They still got to face their self in the mirror and everything. And a lot of people don't like to look at themselves. Okay. So I try my best to understand the not so understandable person. So I agree with you. And that's why it ain't that my mouth is broke, and my cuss a dang sure ain't broke, baby. I got a degree in cussology. Okay. So it's not like I can't do it. It's like, why? That's not me. I'm not going to get out of my character, say what you want, and I'm still going to try to understand you. I might not have nothing to do with you because, that's common sense, but I am going to try to understand you, so I agree with you. So I wanted to just tell you, I get where you're coming from, and I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
First of all, let me say kudos to you. I'm not talking about, well, you're not surviving, you're thriving. You're a thriver. So kudos to you. You took, well, I don't even want to say lemons, but you definitely made lemonade. For me, I took the test in Florida to have someone, like, I have to pay if I wanted to get my keep going for my license. But when I
Yes, ma'am.
studied it, yeah, I wanted to go earlier. I wanted to be in counseling. And everybody used to tell me, even my family, you don't want to go into that years ago, because that career has the highest suicide rate and this and that. But it was always lingering. So when I went back, I started completely over to community, and then whatever, but I was sick a lot. I have an autoimmune disease. In between that, I had several surgeries, sick or whatever. So I went as far as my master's, but kudos to you. And I'm like you, I want to take lemons and make lemonade. I might share my story one day, but I don't want to go around being bitter and hurting people because I was hurt. I choose
Right.
to be positive. That's why I do that. I choose to be positive, because you can have peace and happiness or joy. It may trigger you certain things, but you can have a life of that instead of, I said I didn't want to be a victim. But then I found myself saying things, and it got me one day, and I'm like, wait a minute. And in order for me to advise anybody else, not tell them, but advise, it comes with me first.
Yes.
So Yeah, starts with me. So kudos to you. Thank you, the hood. I definitely want to come over to your channel, show support.
Thank
But yeah,
you.
it's wrong. It is wrong. We know it's wrong. We know people don't think like us, but there's help out there. And that's just not the way to go about it. Every time you get mad, you got to go below the belt. And I don't mean just her. Yeah, that wasn't warranted. So, you know, that's the way I feel about it.
I agree, Creole. I mean,
I
I agree
agree
of
too.
Natural Lux. My brain just went stupid. Sorry, Natural Lux.
Yeah, I
Come
agree
on, sneak
absolutely with
peek.
Y'all
both of
both so
you.
fast.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree with both of you ladies. And somebody in the chat said so true. People don't understand what others have dealt with to know why they behave the way they do. Mental health must be addressed. Healing is possible. And Global said, I needed to hear this. Yay, shout out Global member. I see some of my members in the chat, Taylor made as well. Shout out to the members. But yeah, they said they needed to hear that. Thank you, ladies. No problem. No problem.
Oh, thank y'all. I'm
Yeah.
getting down. Thank you so much.
You're
thank you
welcome.
for
Thank you
having
so
us,
much for your words
All
beautiful.
this
right.
morning.
I love y'all.
Love you too, boo. Yes, yes, yes. But shout out to all the people in the chat. I know I missed some people. Global Enterprise, I mean Empire. I don't know why Enterprise came up, but Empire, One Up. Who else we got in here? Oh, Queen Diva, Red Vine, Shady Blue, Reverse Cowgirl, Cola, Machiavelli. What's up? Beans and Cornbread. How y'all doing? Smooth Carter. Good morning. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video if you haven't already on your way in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yes, this was a really good conversation this morning. I mean, we started out just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Why are different things being I don't know if you want to call this along the manufacturing beef again, like that's what I feel like somebody just trying to stir up some shit on the YouTube streets, and I think they took the wrong direction, they went the wrong way. I kind of feel bad for TC because I'm like, some of the shit that people do to people on here once they fall out with them is really cringe worthy, and I feel bad because I'm like, I know certain people are like, God damn, why did I even have to deal with this person in the first place if I can go back in the time? You know what I mean? Like,
My therapist said I should become a therapist. In fact, she's trying to push me to go back to college. Um, she said, "Why are you even in here?" I'm like, "I don't know. I thought I might learn something new." She's like, "You already know everything. Like when it comes to this, you should really do it. You're really good at it." I'm like, "Yeah," but I do believe mental health is a huge thing. But I will say this: I understand people understand that hurt people. But with how far can that go before you have to start taking responsibility for your actions? And you can, like, look at Creole, like she's been through some stuff, but you don't see her necessarily. She said she used to, but now that she's older and she's more mature and she's got more wisdom in her life, she doesn't do that. That's the same thing. My mom was done that way, right? But my mom broke those chains. She broke those generational curses. And she is one of the best mothers you will ever meet in your life. So it doesn't always give you like a pass to do messed up things to other people. But I understand what Natural Lux is saying too. Like, go get help. If you know that you're just and I do believe she is lashing out at TC because she's hurt by other people, and instead of saying something to the other people, she's going after TC. And it's sad because TC didn't do anything. And she doesn't deserve this, in my opinion.
I don't think anybody deserves this. I really don't. Anything, especially anything so personal. Like I said, a lot of people don't believe it anyway. But even if it was or isn't, put something that that's really being salacious right there. And I don't think anybody deserves a lot of stuff that happens on here from people who fall out. I don't think they deserve it. I don't think that because I don't know if it's you're hurt because of the breakup, or retaliating for that, or if you just want attention or just want a beef, or I don't know what it is, but some of the things out here that people do are so salacious. and you can't come back for that. There's certain things people will put out here, and it's just out here. It's just up and stuck. Like you will never forget the day when Just Krista did this to her. You know what I mean? Or what some other people have done. You'll never forget. It'll always be out there in the YouTube history or B sector history. And so we got to watch, what we say about people on here and how, people feel. And then like the reaction that some people get in response, then they don't want people talking about it. They don't want people doing commentary on it or nothing like that. It's very weird how you can do certain things out here and then don't want nobody
Delivers professional and objective evaluation.
Oh, hey ZX.
Oh, I'm
I don't
sorry.
know
He
what
got something
what
in.
evaluation we time out over there.
I don't know, ZX. You got something playing in the background. It was.
All of a sudden, I heard evaluation. I almost jumped out of my skin.
Is that ZX?
ZX, is it really you?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm on my
Okay, child.
other phone. I'm holding to reschedule a doctor's appointment. Is that
Oh, okay.
okay? Yeah, yeah. They got me scheduled too early in the morning. Traffic
Oh,
is
I
bad.
hate them
I'm
mornings.
about to
I
say,
hate them
don't
morning
put your personal information out here now. Don't let us
Oh
hear it.
no. Oh
I
no, I'm
always ask for
cool.
them afternoon appointments. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Well, I wanted to come up and I wanted to add because I've known of TC for about 4 or 5 years in the black sector. And I've had conversations with her about grant writing, proposals, and so forth and so on. And then I became reacquainted with her when I got involved with the beef sector. She's not a vindictive, poisonous person. That's just my assessment. She can be argumentative if she has a position. That's cool. That's called debate. But I never found her to be disrespectful. The justification for Krista is that they're harassing her. And I'm like, who? Who is harassing you? How are they harassing you? And it's supposedly in different chats, all right, by a variety of people. And then it's not, and this is based off of Krista, it's not TC that's harassing her. It's the channel holders and the people in the chat who are laughing and typing against Krista, but TC's presence there is offensive. And not that TC is attacking her, but she's a part of groups that are attacking her. Now, that means TC can't laugh. TC has to run from chats every time somebody like your channel right now. TC wouldn't be allowed to drop down and say, "Hey ladies," in Just Krista's mind, TC is attacking her just merely for being here while we have a discussion. That's the level of attack that TC is giving Krista. Nothing directly, um, just her presence. Now, I wanted to invite the counselor. I think her name is Creo that was speaking. I really enjoyed her conversation. And I challenge people to this all the time. She said that at a certain stage in life, you have to hold yourself a little bit more credible. I thought it was distasteful for Krista to be sucking on pickles and licking fans and sucking ice creams, deep throating them. At this stage of life, you know, when I was younger, and I hate to say it, but I'm feeling older because things have changed and the imagery has changed. I don't remember, older women. I remember when my grandmother was alive. I remember when she was 55 and 60. I remember her. I remember my great grandmother. They weren't trying to turn on younger men 25 years old. You know, the imagery has changed. It's just really changed. Like when you hear people say, Big Mama, we don't have Big Mamas of yesterday. It's true. It's true. The way people carry themselves is how you will get a response from people. I lash out and I can be very disrespectful, and I get it. But I tell women all the time, give me something to respect, and I will give you respect. I'm not going to have you assaulting my manhood, my sexuality, or anything about my family and think you going to get a pass just because you're a woman. No, no, the gloves are off. Now you've opened the door. We're going to be nasty. So the point that I'm trying to make is that I think just Krista opens herself up, even if she's a, as we used to call it, a freak. Even if she a freak, that ain't everybody business at this stage. You're 55 years old, deep throating, to turn on every man on that panel, Lemon in his 30s. Okay. Uh um what's his name? LV or whatever. I think
Envy.
he's in yeah, NV. I think he's in his mid to late 30s, if not early 40s, but he was overly excited. The point that I'm making is that it was a group of young men that were 20, 25 years her junior. Not a group of gray men like myself sitting around, because we would have told the girl, you better stop it. Yeah, before we get into something. And at a certain point, I don't get turned on. I don't get this video sex. This video like telephone love. I can't even get it. I don't understand. Like looking at it. I don't want to look at nothing. I look at a picture and I go, hey, that's nice. But then I don't need to look at the picture 3, 4, 5 times. I'm not 16 years old. I need to get to the real thing. I'm not a picture guy. I didn't grow up with pictures. I talked on the telephone, and that's about it. And we talked about getting together, but all of this video loving, I don't understand. Now, I did a show about it, uh HB or TC. I mean, I think it's slanderous. I think, being a man, I know some women have larger clitorises than others. I know that for a fact. Um, and it could have just been she's never saw a clitoris that size, which she would associate with having a penis. Now, any adult, and I'm gonna be quiet and I'll drop down if you like. Krista is supposed to be a nurse. For her to describe an intersex person, or hermaphrodite, as I would call them through all my life, you cannot have both complete genitalia. What am I saying? You can have the penis and you can have the opening for where uterus would be, but there you cannot have ovaries and testicles. And the way that, because in every woman and every man, we were either going to be a man or a woman, and you don't get two sets. You only get one. A woman and a woman. The testes would be the ovaries, and then the ovaries could be the testes, but you don't get both. So when she described what the private area looked like, she said there was a penis, there was a vaginal opening, and then there were testicles. That's a damn lie from a medical standpoint. You cannot have all three of those visually, because in order to form the vagina, you need the testicles. in order to form it. That is how the vagina is formulated. And if you have testicles hanging on the outside of the body, you will not have a vagina. It's clear. You can't have, and I'll also um state that they're 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 more like a mule. A mule cannot reproduce itself. A mule is a cross between a donkey and a horse. So they will never be able to reproduce themselves. Uh, they are they can't have children. In other words, the testicles don't work. The ovaries don't work, but they can't be in two places at the same time. I think she was just lying on that lady.
I do too. I do too. Sis. I think she's lying. And Hood Therapy and others agree. Like Hood Therapy said, why would an intersex person be so comfortable showing herself like that? The lady is lying. I think it's a lie. But like I said earlier, even if it's true, y'all, and then she, has claimed before several times as being a nurse. Like, what nurse or doctor will put somebody's personal information? I mean, you have like, it's like, I don't know, like morals and stuff as a nurse or doctor or something
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, she couldn't be. I don't think she's a nurse. I think she's an ass wiper. We actually had a couple of nurses up on my panel, and they have seen these people very rarely over 35, 40 years of being nurses. They may have come into contact, each of them said, one time over 30 years of being registered nurses. um you have an obligation. In other words, it's recognizable because they've studied it. She wouldn't have been in shock to see something like that. Oh my God, I couldn't bear looking at it. Oh, it was horrible. It was cat dog. You cannot be a physician and say you've never witnessed anything like that, because that would have been a part of your curriculum in order to get your certification, your registration. And so it being that foreign and horrible, I'm thinking she's just an ass wiper. I'm thinking she's a home health aide that everybody wants to be a nurse, but we all know home health aides and nurses assistants. We know what their duties are, but you're not a nurse. You can't give medication. Um, I think that I think it's a shame that people are willing to go that low. Um, I think it's I think if you're roasting and gagging, okay, but when you have an intimate relationship with somebody, I think that's a little too much to put out there. And here's my thing too. If she said, "Oh no, she just turned her camera on and started masturbating," and I'm like, "Well, what were you doing?" "Oh, I wasn't doing anything. I was just looking." That's a lie. That nobody is going to stimulate themselves on a two-way camera, and you ain't giving them something that stimulates them. It just doesn't make sense. So if hypothetically, and TC, I'm just using this as a hypothetical. If TC was stimulated and wanted to masturbate, what was Just Krista doing? Was she sucking a pickle? Was she playing with her nipples? Because these are her highlight points. Oh, I got big titties. So you can't tell me you just sat there and looked. You had to participate in some way, is my point. And I think it's just dishonest that she's not being honest. And here's another thing I listened. They broke up. They broke up. But then she got back together with TC, knowing that TC had this issue. Now, y'all think about that. And if you're going to be a lesbian and a heterosexual woman, I don't understand what the problem. You had to, if that is true about TC, then you had the best of both worlds. You could suck a little penis and eat a little coochie, damn it. Ain't that what you do anyway? Ain't that what you claim that this is you're open to? You should have been happy. You got the best of both worlds. That's my insight on it.
You know what?
I've known two intersex people in my life, and ZX, you are correct in the fact that if because I know one lady, and she kept this private and really didn't tell anybody. The only reason I knew about it was because she was best friends with my sister, and she looked female, like on the outside, and she had the vaginal and she had the penis, but she did not have the sac. So you're right on that. And then another person I knew actually presented more male, and on both cases they waited till the child got older and did the test and tried to see what, because they, like, you're correct in the fact that they usually lean more one way or the other. They either have the testes or they have the ovaries, and so that's why they determine if they're going to have the surgery or not, right? And
Right.
which way they're going to lean. And the little boy that I knew, who is now a grown man, had the surgery. Their parents had it for him when he was young, but for the girl, they let her choose. They waited till she got older, which kind of put her in a really bad position because she couldn't really have a normal teenage years, because once people found out, obviously it was really bad for her. So that's why I say, why would you even bring this out, even if it is true? Because I mean, that's not something that my sister never told anybody about her friend. You get what I'm saying? Like, she kept that private. I just happened to overhear the conversation because I was a little nosy sister, but but
And
she
that's
never
some stuff
told
that you
anybody.
would overhear, like Hood Therapy said. My friend is intersex, and ain't no way in hell she's just pulling stuff out that easily. I can't picture it. I can't see it. And then it's like, I don't know if TC really understood who she was dealing with at the time.
I do not believe it
Like,
is true,
mm-mm,
because she said there was
Yeah, I don't
stuff
believe it.
coming out of it that was brown and yellow. If you're a nurse, wouldn't you know what that means? If it,
Yeah,
medically
that
speaking.
doesn't make sense.
And
When she
why
was
would somebody who got some brown and yellow coming out of any orifice show somebody?
And
Like,
why would she want
Yeah.
to go back to her? Like ZX said, why would you want to go back to that relationship if you knew
Well,
that?
right. Always remember she broke up with her, but then she got back together with her, knowing this information. It doesn't make sense. If you were so horrified the first time, why'd you get back with her? In other words, you accepted it. You accepted it at the point that you reestablish your relationship with her, knowing. Not that I believe you. I think it's just another point that we can, you know, put our hats on and say she's a liar. And I think it's all to get a buzz so she can, get some attention. And what 55-year-old woman needs a OnlyFans page? What are we doing here? OnlyFans for what? And to show people, to show men 25 years her junior, her breast. I done seen every kind of breast there is. Okay? I don't need to go looking at breast. I got particular kind I like now. And I'm gonna tell you right now, all them big old titties don't mean nothing. They don't mean that you can't do nothing with them. They good to look at, but okay, so what? I'm not paying no $20 a month to let some woman shake her breast at me. I don't get it. I don't like looking. Do you know? Only time I've been to a strip bar, I think I was like 17, 18. After that, I didn't want to look. I don't like looking. What the hell? Looking? Oh, no, 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 no. No, you can look, but you can't touch. No, 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 no. I ain't going to them bars. And I never really hung out in strip clubs or anything. I've had women online send me pictures. And everybody always say, ZX, you put them ladies pictures out there. You always showing them women. I really haven't shown 1% of what has been sent to me. And I wouldn't. I would never, because you would lose your channel. I ain't Jay Dunn. You can't put no naked picture up on YouTube. It doesn't
Right.
make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, I don't get it. For a 55-year-old woman, who are you trying to entice? I mean, is that all you got to offer? I got big titties. That's it. T- That's all. And you know how to suck a penis. Well, that's going to attract the worst type of men. You're not going to get quality men. You're not going to get mature men in your age bracket. You're going to get a bunch of thirsty, young boys that are looking to hit somebody as old as their mother so they can knock that off of their, bucket list. But they're not going to fall in love with you. They're going to mark it down. Yep, did it. Got me an old head. That's it. I think it's odd.
I agree. I agree with everything you're
Yeah.
saying. I think it's a lie because, like you said, why would you go back? Because I'm trying to tell you, if a dude or female showed me anything down there and it had different kind of fluids coming out that I've never seen before, I'm comfortable with. Child, it was nice knowing you. You need to get that shit checked.
Right.
And I don't want to make this into where we're just talking about her under her clothes type of thing. I mean, it is commentary that we're doing based off of what just Krista said, but I'm gonna just leave it right here. I don't believe it, and I think she has to just start thinking about some of the stuff that she's doing on here to other people that's not warranted. Some of the things I've seen her doing, and I understand when people fight and stuff like that, but it's like, what fight are you fighting? Because nobody can see like what you're seeing. You're talking about people on here doing things wrong to you, and we're talking about on YouTube. So people are asking for facts. People are asking what video, where should we go, who was live, and then like she was getting upset with Sassy that one day. She was upset with her because Sassy wanted to know where should we go so we can back up the story that you're telling. And I think it's literally
Right.
people getting upset with somebody behind the scenes and they want to come out here and embarrass them for what reason? I don't know. People keep saying she's trying to grow her channel. I know people do a lot to grow their channel, but this right here though.
Well, the landlord, she got a taste. She got a taste of popularity with the landlord narrative. And we tried to warn her, like, you're gonna be looking bad. But she got a taste of it, being the other woman, and she relished in that position, right? We tried to warn her. Hey, Maha and landlord, yeah, they've been together for a couple of years. This ain't the first time we saw this. Like, just leave that alone. No, no. That's my friend, and as long as my friend, she was adamant of, in 10 days of knowing a man, which I thought was kind of psychotic to be so attached. I thought it showed how mentally ill she was. And we had her on our panel, and the women were trying to encourage her and be supportive, but she lashed out. You bitches, that he ain't going nowhere, neither am I. And she was adamant about this relationship, that she's only known this man for 10 days. And I was like, whoa, you gonna cuss women out, be disrespectful when this is a simple choice, a very, very simple choice that you're opting to participate and make yourself look stupid. We were trying to warn her, like, come on, you're gonna look dumb. You're gonna look dumb messing around with landlord. And she chose to go. And I think she got a taste of that attention because of that situation. And if you look at the timeline with this situation with TC, it was because of the backlash with the popsicles, licking the fan and rubbing butter all on her breasts. All right. That was we didn't forgot about all of that. So there was a backlash about that in front of those young men over there. She comes out and she says, "Well, what about TC? What about TC? She's cat dog." Because I guess TC was laughing at some point in somebody's chat about the coverage of her deeds on that young man's channel. And so
Wasn't
she,
wasn't TC? It was a person who has a similar name to TC, and she thought it was TC, and it was
right,
just because she's mad at the people that are TC's friend that were covering it,
right.
because and that's why she went after. I'm like, that's not a reason to go after somebody and say
That's
this
the
stuff.
point. That you just laid it right out. That's the point. So then she kicks into high gear and says, "You're a cat dog," because she was getting her butt kicked about being a trifling uh uh 55-year-old woman. Trifling, acting and carrying herself like that.
Show not a
That's what
lady.
right. Never, no, she is not a lady. Fool. Hell no. Hell no. But that, and then she throws the cat dog thing out there to deflect from the bad coverage that she was getting. And that's, I mean, I don't think it gets any simpler than that. And I think anybody entertaining her at this point is exploiting it.
Yep, yep, yep. And I don't want to. Yeah, after today, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if TC actually came out, and some people think that she shouldn't even respond to any deny or accept whatever's been out there. And I think she should just let it go. I know some people like, why wouldn't she deny it if it's not true? I think she just let it go. And it seems
Yeah.
like I know it's like TC is like in a position now where a lot of people around her don't like her. And if you're going to be on here doing YouTube, I think she should shy away from any. I'm not saying be around people don't like her, but as far as her, don't comment on anything she does because it just seems like TC can look the wrong way and she'll come
It
out
triggers
here
her.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
just try to just be like, ignore that person. They ain't even here. You know what I mean? Because I mean shit, if you don't do hardly shit but laugh at some commentary or something like that, and somebody goes that far, that deep, that's really crazy. That's really crazy. But yeah, a lot of people have regrets on different people they have relationship with in the beef sector.
Hmm.
And for me
Hmm.
personally, I wouldn't have. I don't care how fine I think you is, or how I think we have like so much in common, or you know why people end up hooking up. Like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, because it never fails. Somebody gonna come over
Yep.
here, tell somebody shit, show us some text messages,
Yep.
pictures, videos.
Yep.
No, no. If you date somebody on YouTube or something, date somebody in the cooking set, way far away. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. As a man, I've been online and everybody calls me a YouTube whore. But let's put it in a perspective. I've been online since 2018. I've been on YouTube since 2019. I've met one woman. I've had one woman invited. The other three that popped up weren't invited. But the one woman, only one, I had a small relationship with, and that turned me off because she wanted it to be about YouTube. And I was like, oh, hell no. When I met the woman, she had drove 10 hours to get to my house. I went down, I greeted her, gave her a hug. I'm like, you're beautiful, everything I expected. Grabbed the luggage, brought the luggage into the home, sat down at the well, I don't know, Lord have mercy, I gotta wake up. Sat down in the chair in the kitchen and I said, would you like something to drink? And I opened the refrigerator door to get a bottle of water. I turned back to my left and she had her camera in her hand 5 minutes after getting into my home, she had a camera in her hand to record me getting a bottle of water to give her. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. What are you doing? And she was like, oh, I just want to make a record of our relationship. And I was like, nah, 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 nah. No, we ain't doing all of that. Like, it's about me and you getting to know each other. All of this, no, we're not doing that. And I was ready for her to go after driving 10 hours because that is not why, why I had an interest in her. And I didn't want to be a part, of no YouTube. My relationships are mine. But because she had driven 10 hours, I was patient and I gave her 24 hours. And then, I was distant. I did, I did take her to meet my mother and my family, and she made me a sweet potato pie. Everybody knows this story. But the other women that I met, they weren't invited. I've had like a multitude of women that would pop up at the door. Multitude of women be like, I'm around the corner. I don't want for what? So I can make a spectacle of myself and you? Nah, nah. I don't want no YouTube relationship. If me and a
Neither do
woman connected, yeah, if we connected, like if you, especially if you're a YouTuber, I might be in the background. I might be kissing you on your forehead. I might kiss you on your neck while you're online, but I ain't online no more. I'm not gonna be online. If they wanna get me off of YouTube, send me a wife. Damn it, I'll be done.
I. What's up, y'all? Mr. YouTube Streets, everybody laughing. Like, no, but you did make a lot of good points.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I don't want to do. I know a couple of couples, Diet Melanin and her husband IB. They do YouTube together. Miss Betty Boot and Stefan, husband and wife, they do YouTube together. I don't know a lot of successful couples online. I think you have to have some barriers, some limitation, but they're married. But here's the thing: they were married before they got on YouTube.
That's the thing. There's a lot of couple channels. Even my
Hmm.
friend thinking about him and his wife starting a channel. They've been together for years, and they
Right.
think they would, make a great couple channel. And I was like, go for it, do it. I'll support you and
Yeah.
give you any pointers or whatever, starting your channel or whatever and whatnot. But that's usually the case. But I feel a lot of times when these people get into relationships after they're already YouTubers, that is mainly for content. That's what I
It's for
really, really
content.
think because it never fails. As soon as you break
Yeah.
up, you're dragging them for content. It's like,
Right.
damn, you was in this personal relationship with somebody, you cared about them so much, but now you putting out all their personal business and
All of it.
exploiting their personal business on here. Like, but one thing Charlie did say, I think that was Charlie who said people are going to really stop trusting her with information, with
Oh,
conversations, and
she
things
spoke
like
to her.
that.
Did you know that? Did you know I spoke to her
No, I
privately?
mean, I remember you was on. I remember she was on your channel that day about
Oh
that.
no, I spoke to her on the phone privately.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah. And she seemed normal. Um, when she came up on my panel, one of my moderators, oh my God, one of my moderators was like, "Oh, y'all will make a good couple. Give her your number." And it kind of put me in a position. I was like, "Oh, damn." Like I didn't want to be mean. And I have two numbers. I have a T-Mobile and I have a Google. So I was like, okay, all right, let's okay, I'll talk to her. And I gave her my number and I spoke to her offline. I never played the recording, but she seemed balanced. Um, we didn't talk about anything sexual. We talked about family. We talked about what part of New York she's from, and her work history, things of that nature. And I spoke to her that one time, and it was cool. I was like, okay, but I wanted to. I don't get into avatars. I'm not into, you know, like I need to know what you look like at some point. I'll cam up. I ain't got a problem with it. I'll turn my camera on. I can FaceTime you. I ain't got no problem with that because I am who I am. But I was asking her, did she have any pictures where I could see her, opposed to her face being right in the camera, right? And I was like, well, she was like, I'm a BBW, and I was like, well, you got to be realistic. Well, okay, a big black woman. Okay, well, how big are you? I mean, how big are you? This was a question, and she was like, well, you could see me. I got a picture here. And I went to where she told me the picture was, and I looked and I was like, I knew it, damn it. I knew it. You know, she didn't look the same. It was totally different. Totally different. But I was still cordial. I was still respectful. And I kind of disconnected from her. I think maybe about 3 days later, that's when she got connected with landlord. That's the God's honest truth.
Mm, Well, you know what? Somebody said reverse cowgirl said she seems normal to men. She approaches them differently. And who was that right here? I have a
I
friend like
think
that too. She will randomly interview people who have no idea she posts. Oh,
I
huh.
think that she puts on an act for every person that she first
Hmm.
gets with, and you don't see her true colors until she gets mad at you.
Right. Yeah, she was a scary character. Yeah, very,
I've
They
seen
very.
said
her
she's
do
a
that with
fun fool.
content creators. Like she tries to use that sweet voice when she talks to you, and all that other stuff. And then I've seen her flip the script and turn into a total. And it's like, whoa, what?
She can be very sensual, and some men can be overwhelmed by that. Some men will buy, she can have some men melt in her hand, with that sexual, with the sexual overtones and all of that. And that's cool. But, I need a lady with a brain and class and strength. You know, I was raised back in the day. They said, "What? I need a lady in the street with a freak in the bed." In other words, the way you carry yourself publicly, it matters to me more than anything. How you present yourself, how we feed off of each other publicly. I don't want to be arguing with my woman in front of my mother or in front of my family. I don't want to be debating dumb stuff. I want somebody who has some self-control. And again, if you give me something to honor, I'm going to honor you as a woman. But I need you to respect me as a man too. I don't want no drunkard. I've had some very nice women, and I don't have a problem with women that drink, but I got a problem with women who over drink. I got a problem with women who over smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I'm not buying you no weed. I don't like women that's like, hey, before you come over, could you pick me up some smoke? Pick you up. What I look like? I'm not riding around asking people for no marijuana before I come see you. You better get your own spot. Man, I'm not doing that. I might pick you up a pizza. And you might say, bring me some eggs. I'll do that. But I'm not bringing you no weed. I'm not picking up a bottle. Could you pick me up a bottle of gin? Oh, you got a problem. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you's a drunker. Now I might mess with you once or twice, and then I'm getting the hell out of here. I ain't never coming back no more.
Well, you'll see this come reverse cowgirl said people who have these drastically different voices are manipulative. We can all get heated and our voices elevates or softens when meeting someone new, but it shouldn't be that. I think Charlie was saying that earlier, how sometimes when she's talking to some people, it's like really soft and
Oh
oh,
yeah,
like
very
you know,
sensual. Very sensual. Very, very. She can pour it on, and make a man close his eyes and daydream. You know, but
yep, yep.
then
hmm
you got a barracuda willing to chop your head off once she ain't happy with you and put everything online. And let me say this. You know why I record? I don't record because I'm sneaky, because I want to put our conversations out there. I record because I get approached by a lot of people as a channel holder. I will I will speak to you and I will tell you this is in confidence. We're not going to share this conversation. All right? Okay, cool. But then 8 months, 2 months, a year later, they'll reference because they're angry with me. They'll reference a conversation, but they'll only tell a snippet of it. And I'm like, oh no, you didn't. You're gonna tell them what you said. You're not gonna paint that picture of me, just me and the quote that you want to deliver. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play the whole thing. And I had to learn that.
It's for your own
And
protection.
it's only for my and do you know who taught me that? Um Candy Cartel and Lady Lie. Candy used to bust my head. I used to talk to Candy about every day. And Candy, if I said something about one person, next week Candy be like, yeah, remember when you said this? And she would just play, you know, 10 seconds of a conversation we had for an hour. And I'll be like, oh no, you didn't. You talked about the same person, but you only playing what I said in return. And I'm like, oh no. So I started recording. That's it. That was the only reason. It wasn't to be mean or try and trap people. It was to cover myself. Like, okay, it's private as long as you keep it private. It's private as long as you don't lie about what we talked about. And we good. But you got to protect yourself because so many people are trying to line you up. They'll call you about personal bill. How your mother doing? Your mother doing all right? Yeah, my mother doing all right today. She had a little bit of a headache. Next thing I know, they out there, ZX mom is dying. She dying. I was like, what the fuck? Just that quick. People you think are your friends will flip on you. Oh yeah, didn't you tell me your mom head was blowing up? I was like, yeah, I think she had a headache that day. No big deal, but she's all right. But this is what they will do. They
Well,
are
you got to be
intrusive.
careful on the phones anyway, especially with
Yeah,
how much information you reveal. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up in a few minutes here because I'm going on my
Thank you.
3 hour mark. But I enjoyed your all your feedback pertaining to the situation. I agree. Even some people in the chat agree that you had a lot of great points to make today, and so did Charlie and Creole and Natural Lux and Sassy. And did I get everybody? Who else hit the panel? Was that it?
I think that was it.
That was it. Okay. Well, I
Can you
thank you
believe
all
I'm
and
still
appreciate.
on hold?
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe I'm still on hold with
Uh
the
huh.
doctor's office, the
I
reschedule?
believe it. Yeah.
I'll be damned. All right,
Uh,
thank you, ladies. Y'all have a good weekend.
all
All
right.
Have a
You
right.
blessed
too.
day.
All right.
Have a good day. Yeah. But what's up? Some of the people that's coming in, Clyde. And who else jumped in here? Max, Meow Meow, Kiva. You said buying weed is as simple as going to a supermarket. Not that it's legal in many states here in New York. Child, I wish somebody would tell me to go buy this some weed. If I ain't stopping by the store already, don't ask me to pick you up no cigarettes. You better DoorDash. But no, Sure, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I used to smoke, and it's been years since I smoked. My anniversary is October 31st on Halloween. I talk about it every year because I celebrate and buy me something nice with all that money, I could save from smoking cigarettes.
Oh
But
yeah, that's too expensive.
yeah, it's expensive. It was expensive around the time I quit. That's when they started really getting expensive. I'm like, oh, besides my health reasons, my pocketbook says no. Like, no shade to the people who do, but I can't date anyone that smokes. Like, period. Not a Black and Mild, not no weed, not no cigarettes, not no. So, you know what? Who I ain't even gonna say who told me this the other day out of all the people that I was hanging out with on the holiday, but somebody told me they met a guy and they say he seems so nice and he works, he got a job, his own place, something like that. But they said every time I'm around him, he just smell like straight blunts and ashtrays. And she was like, I dated guys who smoked weed before and stuff like that, but they also smell like of a nice cologne, and that, what I mean? She was like, I don't mind you smelling like you just hit a blunt, but like that's the only thing. I said, you mean do the guy wear cologne? Do he she was like, I don't know. I asked him about it and he was like, he's out or he ran out or I don't know. I was like, child, if you gotta ask a man, listen. If somebody is always around you and they just smell like just smoke,
They don't bathe, baby.
they don't take care of themselves properly. That means they home reeks, they vehicle reeks, because I don't do it. And the times where I have allowed myself to date somebody, this is long while ago, when I was still like, okay, I used to be a smoker. I shouldn't be like that, not date a smoker just because I don't smoke anymore. And no fools would get mad like after the first or second or third time when you tell them don't smoke in my car or go outside and smoke. They cool because they still trying to get to know you and get in good and shit. But like after that, they're like, dang, man, I can't. Please, can I just smoke in the house? Can I smoke in the bathroom? Can you just open a window? Can I go in your basement? Can I go here? Can I go? I mean, it's like smokers really want you to allow them to do what they normally do.
So that's where I'm a smoker,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
I smoke cigs, but I ain't gonna disrespect somebody's home or their car. That's just me. My fiance, when he first met me, because he's not a smoker, right? But his ex was one. And when he first met me, he goes, how come you don't smell like cigarette smoke? I said, what do you mean? He goes, because my ex just reeked of it. And I said, well, she didn't wash her hands. She didn't wash her mouth. Like, you got to brush your teeth quite often so your breath don't smell like cigarette smokes. You got to keep your stuff clean, wear good clothing. You know what I'm saying? Change. Like, I may smoke, but that don't mean you do. You know what I'm saying? And
you got to put some extra shit in that washer machine because, oh my God, like people will wash clothes who smoke and they clothes still won't smell clean because, they smoke a lot. But yeah, it's certain things you got to do in order not to smell like what you're inhaling. Yeah, it really is.
He's like, the first time I didn't smell nothing off you. And I'm a everyday one. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's how you take care of yourself. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't know this when you're a smoker. Your fingertips, because you use that to hold your cigarette, right, are going to smell like it if you don't wash your hands. So you got to wash your hands. You got to brush your teeth, brush your tongue, baby. You got to keep them clean.
Your hair.
Everything.
That's just like pets. Like pets. Like when we had a pet, and I didn't have multiple pets over the years, but when we had pets, people could walk in my house and they wouldn't even know. That's how it should be when you have a pet. If you walk into my house and it smells pet-ish, that person is not thoroughly cleaning their house. You shouldn't walk into a person's house and say, oh, you must got a dog. Oh, you must got a cat. Oh, you must got a, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no reason. Clean that carpet, clean the walls, clean them kennels, wash that dog more often, do something. It should not be no reason why somebody could just walk in your house and be like,
oh, child. That's what you want to say.
Know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I'll never forget. People used to say that about me all the time. You got a dog? They would hear like a little or hear the kids playing, run around. You got a pet? I'm like, yeah, But
yeah, no, same thing. My mama was the same way. That's why I guess I'm a little bit that way. My mama was OCD. You'd come in the house, you wouldn't know we had a pet. You wouldn't know she had kids. You could lick the walls and the floors if you wanted to, because they stayed that clean. You know what I mean?
And my mother was besides a few years she worked once we all got in school. She worked for maybe 20 years altogether. She was a housewife, and my dad never cared if she worked or not. She would literally get a job just because she was bored at home. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't care. He paid all the bills regardless, and she kept her money. But yeah, she kept a nice home, even though most of the time throughout my childhood we didn't really have nice things. But the shit that we did have, and that's what helped me when I got older, was because I appreciated every little thing that I was blessed with, even if it's an older car, even if it's a older, home. The things that I went through growing up, living in the projects, being on Section 8, different things like I went through growing up, like things that I get now, I so appreciate them. And I always tell my sons, if you appreciate the small things, the minuscule things, God will keep blessing you and blessing you and bless you with bigger and better things. I always teach my kids that, one day your car might be 20 years old. Next day, it's just off the showroom floor. Like, appreciate and take care of your shit.
Yep.
Take care of your shit. Like, it don't matter if you ain't got nice brand new furniture all through your house and everything. The shit that you have, make sure it's nice. Keep your floors clean. Wash your curtains. Wash your couches. Steam your couches. Keep your dishes, your sink clean. Like, we lived off the very minimal things growing up. I'm talking thrift stores and all that shit throughout my childhood. But when you walked in our house, it don't matter if our furniture came from the Goodwill. That shit was clean. My mama kept our house so clean. It was ridiculous. Child, if I didn't learn nothing else from my mama besides about church and God and the Bible, I definitely learned how to keep a house clean and cook.
I may not have had the newest clothes, but you better believe my clothes was clean.
Thank you. But yes, so let me get my butt off of here. Oh my God, it was so good to talk to you today, Charlie, and helping me to get updated on some things that's been going on, because I was absent. And somebody had said they wanted to see me make that cake that I made yesterday. I didn't have no time to record and all that, because I literally been working 12-hour shifts up until that time, and then I had to make that cake. I had to do my grocery shopping. I had to get my food ready for the 4th of July. I mean, it was just too much. And y'all know that I, in the past, have made a whole bunch of videos. And if you follow me on social media, I done made a whole, Charlie, I used to come on here live and be talking about y'all with the housewives. I'm just reviewing TV shows while decorating desserts at the same time live with y'all. So I've been doing that for a long time. But when I'm strapped on time, I ain't got time to set up no camera and set up no lights and all this, because it takes a long time. And when you're doing a special cake, like custom design cake, I really have to concentrate. Like I said earlier, my sister was talking my ear off. We was enjoying each other on the phone while I was making the cake and cooking the cake and making my frosting. But when it got time for me to airbrush that cake and chrome that bitch out, I was like, sis, I gotta go, because I don't want to fuck this cake up. And you got to be careful when you airbrush the cake, because you don't want to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? But for those who did want to see the, because I posted like pictures of the cake when I was still making it, the purple velvet, and posted a few pictures of that. And I said I would post the end result. The end result is on there. I know somebody had asked me about it earlier in Ronnie's Q's chat, but the video is on there. It's a short that I made, of the cake before I, released it to the party where it was. But yeah, they were really happy with the cake. They just couldn't stop taking pictures and recording. It's like, bitch, you did that shit, bitch. I'm like, thank you. I am the cake artist, the cake lady of my, city, one of them, because there's other cake decorators too. But yeah, I am one of the most requested. But yeah, anyway, airbrushing a cake, child, you can fuck that shit up if you hate. Like, seriously though. But yeah, I had to airbrush that cake to make it chrome like that. So yeah,
it was pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty, but it's on my short. If y'all want to go to my community wall, y'all can see it, the end results. But I did exactly what the lady wants. So if y'all see the cake and be like, why is there a doll on the side of the cake. That's exactly what they wanted. I do exactly what people tell me to do. Whether it's a doll on your shit, if you want a car on your shit, if you want some liquor bottles on your shit. I done did a breast cake with the boobies and lingerie. I done made all kind of cakes. But yeah, I make whatever people want. If you want a penis on that bitch, if you want a penis shaped cake. Yes. But anyway, I gotta go, y'all. It's been real. I enjoyed talking to you guys this morning. Everybody who came in late, people who I didn't get to, Where and Liz, and I know some of y'all snuck up in here, Noble, and I didn't speak to you right away. Ava, I appreciate all you guys. Newbie, thank you for joining me and Charlie this morning while we got updated on some of the things going on in the B sector. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you like and share the video if you haven't already. And also subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here. And don't forget, we got members, and I did upload some of my top tier on my members. That's for my really transparent videos for my members. That top tier, I did upload 2 of those the other day on the holiday with my family. That's where I upload videos of me and my family, my folks, my friends. That's on my top tier. So yeah, if y'all missed those, check out those videos. But yeah, other than that, everybody, if you want to donate to the commentary, please feel free to donate for the commentary, or to support the channel. Cash App $, the Hood Table 402. Thank you so much. And yeah, check that cake out, Where and Natural. It was really good. I told them to send me a picture after they cut it, so y'all could see the inside of the cake, that it was purple velvet. Y'all saw the mixture I made after I dyed because you got to put eggs in there, you got to put coffee in there, you got to put buttermilk in there, you got to put cocoa powder in there and all that kind of stuff. But to really get it that color, you have to put a few drops of purple food color gel. And somebody had asked me on my community wall or something on my post, like, is it richer than red velvet or anything? I'm telling y'all, I done made blue velvet cakes and cupcakes, all that shit, red velvet. It's no difference. The only difference is the color. That's the only difference, is the color. You can make a yellow velvet cake if you want to, a black velvet cake. You can make, what I'm saying, pink velvet cake. It's just the color. That's the only thing that's different in the whole recipe, is a few drops of color. That's it. But anyway, yeah, so check that out. It's on my community wall. Yes, you said you love it, down to the confetti vomit. Yes, see, you got the picture. She's literally wasted. She done had her liquor, she done had her cake, and she passed out. Confetti all on her face, confetti all over the place. Yeah, it was, yeah.
She was white girl wasted.
Yes. Some people's like, why is that doll laying down like that looking slow? But yeah. But anyway, Charlie, any last minute words? And thank you guys.
Thank you for having me, as always, and I hope everybody has a blessed, beautiful day. And because my bro not here, remember to brush your teeth. And because my sis-lo not here, I love you and ain't nothing you can do about it. And y'all have a good one. Bye, Hood Table.
Absolutely. Love you, boo.
Love you. Bye.
All right. Holla at you later. And thank you guys. Yes. That was nice. Yes, they loved it. They liked it. But yes, you guys, again, thank you, Nisi Poo. I'll be back in the clouds like this for the next ones. You really see when you shut up and watch. Like, yes. And congrats on your growth. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. It has been a wonderful week. I hope everybody is looking forward to a great weekend and enjoyed their holiday. And I hope nobody burned their fingers off or anything else on their body parts or a house down or anything. We have some accidents here, y'all. We have some accidents here with them fireworks. Child, y'all gotta be careful with them shits. But anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit the Cash App if you want to be a blessing to the Hood Table. $, the Hood Table 402. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.